Self Love Show, giving you more than vitamins and minerals.
Food for your soul.
Information and plans integral to making your mind grow.
With more growth and development,
BS is irrelevant to the intelligent. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is what we represent.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
We do it for our people. The Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. To expose it our equals. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
Story Wordsmith 9 meals.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show.
Y'all heard the man. Welcome aboard the Self Love Show. Before we start, the views expressed in today's pod are those of the host, the guest, and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any affiliates. Welcome to the Self Love Show on This Ain't That Network, or as we say, TATN. This is a spot where we dive extremely deep into the intersections of mind, body, spirit, culture. This is one of the co-hosts, 9 Millie, in the building. All praise to the ancestors, to the Most High, and my late beloved Mama Sky. I miss you every moment. We got Brother Bill in the building, also known as William L. Johnson. He stands at the crossroads of copper American culture, weaving stories through every note he plays or he sings. Raised on gospel, as we all were, blues, hip-hop, R&B, and jazz. He channels a lineage of creative resilience into contemporary jazz that resonates with today's rhythms. His journey from GI, thus G.I. Joe, what up, Joe? His journey from GI neighborhood jam sessions to headline stage speaks to a culture that's always evolving, yet rooted in history. Behind the turntables, Brother Bill transforms DJing into a living archive, spinning vinyl and digital tracks that bridge past and present. Each mix is a conversation with ancestors and peers alike, honoring the architects of copper or black music while inviting new voices to the dance floor. His sets pulse with intention, reminding listeners that sound carries memory and meaning. As a thespian, Brother Bill brings the same improvisational spirit to the screen and stage. He treats each character as a riff, exploring identity, family, and community through nuanced performances. Whether he's delivering a line in a gritty drama or shining in a lighthearted scene, his authenticity invites audiences into stories that mirror lives. Yet, his proudest role, from recent conversation we've had, is fatherhood. At home, he mentors his children with patience, creativity, and the wisdom of his own mentors. He sees parenting as a duet, each lesson a harmony, each challenge a chance to teach resilience. In today's episode, we'll explore how being a father shapes his artistry and how his art, in turn, shapes his family. So, get ready to engage within a world where every sound, word, and design is part of a larger narrative, a narrative that speaks to the power of art to reconstruct our inner reality. So, whip out your self-love vision and your 10 hats. This is the Self Love Show, and this is the revolution. And the revolution will not be on YouTube, however. These are lessons. These are not lectures. We're live in living color on Tuesday, August 26, 25, at about 7:11 p.m. in Gary, Indiana. And as always, you cats can be anywhere in this magnanimous universe, but thankfully, we all chose to be right here together. Here together. Bear down, brother Wordsmith. What you manifesting today?
Love today. I'm manifesting love, man. You know me. What you manifesting?
Saying good, brother. Pure, magnificent, unfettered, unfiltered. Some say tough. Many call it harsh. but I can assure you it's self-love just the same.
No doubt, no doubt.
Hey, what the hell's going on with Karen, man? She keeps cutting the start of the show short.
Yeah, it keeps walking away and coming back and seeing Neo in the previous video and think it's the Matrix.
All right, tell Karen to get her head out of her bum.
Yeah,
But
gotta
what's been
stop smoking that shit, Karen.
what's yeah, stop calling the police and focus. Hey, what's been going on in your neck of America? You ain't too far from Gary, Indiana, huh, fella?
No. About 30 minutes,
Yes,
35
sir.
minutes. But Jazzy's in town.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's what's
Jazzy's
up.
in town. Yeah. Announcements. Got Tucci's booze, barbecue, and boogaloo this weekend. Gonna be an amazing time. Let me tell you.
Yeah, this is probably what, 20th annual, if not more.
Um, I think it is the 20th.
Oh, look at that. I came right up on that. Yeah, who's the headliner?
Lakeside.
Yeah, Lakeside. All right. Y'all get out there, the booze and barbecue and electric boogaloo.
Woo!
All
Great
right.
time, I'm telling you.
Yeah. All right. And our guest is gonna pop out at about 7:25 Gary, Indiana time. Y'all. So stand by. We got some little warm-up shenanigans we do. And our topic today, well, what to expect on today's show. We always kick it off with the Self Love Show quote of the day. And then we're going to react to a video, something that happened this week, maybe two, if time permits, me and this brother. And then, of course, your mind is a terrible thing when you let it lay fallow. So I pinned a riddle into the chat, the dome teaser. So type in what you think the answer is, and we'll let you know at the end of the show if you got it right or wrong. Well, we'll let you know if it's wrong right away so you can keep guessing. And then we'll give you the key at the end of the show if you can't matriculate. All right. Brother Wordsmith usually gets it right. And in that case, he'll let you know at the very end of the show. So you got to stick around and enjoy all of the edification to get the ultimate edification, which is the cherry on the top. And today's topic, entertainer, Brother Bill, aka William L. Johnson. We're going to unpack jazz today, contemporary DJing, acting, being so-called black in Hollywood, you know. Um, what didn't he know before he got here? Um, that he wished he had known, and that he could pass on, to others who are coming here. And then we're gonna, of course, have some questions on culture, our culture, how to repair it, reparations, you say, and then fatherhood. Okay, that's what we're unpacking here today. If y'all could please hit that like button, repost this on your social media pages, and get this over to like-minded people or anybody who you think you may have a young father out there. You may have a young musician. You may have a young actor, copper colored. You may have someone just got off the boat to LA. Maybe they're talking about coming to LA or ATL. This is for that person. Okay. And then we wrap it up with my personal favorite part of the whole shebang, and that's where this brother, Wordsmith, is going to summarize the entire show in a bit of poetry right off the rip, right off the top of the dome, East South Shore style, half block. All right. So that's always a treat. Don't miss that. Um, any announcements, fella?
Tucci's barbecue and boogaloo. It's going down in the town of Zion uh, this weekend.
All right, we had a lot of Matrix stuff and Matrix behind me, and you're talking about Zion, huh? That is great. All right. So yeah, you guys stop the violence. Please stop the violence out there. Use your words. All right. Sometimes you can walk away. It can save you years and years of jail time. All right. Uh, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Let's get the word out and get your checkups. You know, go see your doctor. Go see your natural healers, all of the above. But yeah, don't let nothing creep up on you out there. And if anybody out there, any entertainers, any actors, you know, any musicians, we want to hear from you. This is intended to be interactive. That's why we are live. Okay. This is live. All right. Ain't no going back. It's out there. Big ups to the sponsors. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes. All right. That's an annual house music glamping fest, if you will. All right. It's off the beaten path in Pembroke, Illinois. You can bring your tent. You can order a camper and the whole weekend full of great, great music. DJs mainly from the Midwest, but all over this country, right? Playing top of the line music, beautiful stage, everything, light show. You're going to love it. Okay. You're going to love it. Make sure you get there. It'll be, I think, the 4th annual this year, Midwest Festivals. Also, if you're in Southern California and um, maybe you need a facial, maybe you got some moles on your face you want to get removed before your big shoot, your big audition. Hook up with Tay Mills Aesthetics, licensed, bonded, fully insured, multicultural skin, body, and weight loss pro. All right. That's www.taymills.aesthetics.com. www.taymillsaesthetics.com. And we'll go ahead and drop that link in there. Recycle that money and get some great services. And then, of course, we got Bella B Designs, Bella B. You can order swag on your shirt. Maybe you're promoting something, your shirt, your shorts, anything. Bella B is the place to be. And lastly, you find yourself in Chicago and you need a tow, reach out to Jim Recovery, copy colored, owned, operated, second generation. He's going to pull up in the latest technology of a tow truck, brand new. And he's not going to destroy your car. He's going to make sure to get you home on the flatbed and your whip to the mechanic or to your driveway so that people aren't smashing and grabbing and rummaging through your personal effects. All right. That's all I got. Enough of my yapping. I'm going to turn it over to this brother to handle his business.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. Welcome. Today, we are unpacking with entertainer William L. Johnson on jazz, DJ, acting, culture, and fatherhood. It's going to be an outstanding, I promise you, conversation. I've been waiting for it and looking forward to it. As always, before we get started, we have the Self Love Show quote of the day, followed by our very important video, the More Growth and Development platform, which we're building the Self Love Nation off of. And as we go, the Self Love Show quote of the day. Every father should remember one day his son will follow his example, not his advice. Once again, every father should remember one day his son will follow his example, not his advice. That was Charles Kittering. Silverback More Growth and Development platform.
Like, share, subscribe.
Number 1, repair our nation via reparations. We demand our silver back. Number 2, to connect our breadwinners with our activists. And 3, show an accurate depiction of African American Chi-Town. 4, to shine a light on positive influence. 5, heal our community one person at a time. 6, provide an unfiltered platform for our influencers. 7, recycle the black dollar. 8, To provide mentors for the mentorless. 9. To close the gap between us and our pink kinsmen. Number 10, protect our men, women, and children by any and all means necessary.
100%. In case y'all missed last week's joint, we unpacked, 2 weeks ago. We had a hiatus last week. United States football is racist, and the National Football League is its master. Shedeur Sanders, tip of the iceberg. What say ye, fella?
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Man, all I need to say is I think you should check it out. Check it out.
Yeah, that show has some traction, man. And what I've noticed since we done that show, bro, both the local media and the national media are now starting to call the copper colors intelligent. I'm serious. You know, I've been monitoring this for a long time. I'm sitting here watching this stuff. Yeah, they're talking about the copper color players and calling them intelligent.
Woo.
Somebody's watching.
Yeah, that's different. Somebody else, said, "Hey," and people notice, and you're on the clock.
Yeah, somebody said, "Hey, this is true." I mean, it might be subconscious. We don't know what's in anybody's heart, but you know what I mean. All right. I just noticed it in high school. They tell these people me and Andrews are on all the honors track, you know what I mean? Scoring high on all the tests. And this guy's, drop dead gorgeous. And they talking about how smart he is. And I'm like, wait a minute here, something's wrong.
He's not in any of my classes.
Yeah.
And they're talking about he's smart.
Yeah. All right. Our warm-up poll question for this week. If you had to choose, we'll put this link in the chat. If you had to choose only one genre of music to listen to for the remainder of your life, only from the list below, which would you select? Option number 1, blues out there. My baby left me and I'm gonna put a bullet in my head. My baby left me and I'm gonna put a bullet in my head and be dead. All right, you got your blues out there, or you got your rock. All right, you got your rock music. Little Richard, guys like that. Jazz is option number 3, or country music. We'll say all these genres of music were created by the Copper Colored. And Brother Wordsmith and I will let you know which one we selected at the end of today's pod. Let's see here. I need to get that posted in there. Yeah. All right. So the link is being dropped in the chat. Just click on that link. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Copy. All right. There we go. Click on that link that just went in the chat. You can bounce out, vote real quick, totally anonymous, and then pop back in. We appreciate y'all. All right, but today's topic, entertainer. Brother Bill, a.k.a. William L. Johnson. We're going to be unpacking contemporary jazz today. What is it like compared to the original stuff? DJing, you got a lot of computers and stuff like that these days. And it is what it is, right? No more needles, no more, precisions. I think that's what it was. No more, All right. And then acting. We're going to unpack acting, culture and fatherhood. All right. All right. Before we do it, though, did you see ABC? It was on ABC, fella. Fair use. Savage and Roses.
No, I'm pretty certain I didn't see that. But you always put us up on stuff.
Yeah. Karen, can you run that, please?
A woman who went to the Rose Bowl for the Rufus Du Sol concerts says she never even got to see the band perform.
Yeah, that's because she was knocked unconscious by a man in the stands. Eyewitness News reporter Monica Deanda live in Pasadena with a viral video. Monica.
Oh, my goodness.
John, Rachel, good morning. It appears this all started when a drink was accidentally spilled and splashed on a man. Now, witnesses say it was at that point that despite apologies, this man got angry and turned violent, and that is when fists began to fly.
Oh, my goodness.
The entire incident at the Rose Bowl was caught on camera. The violent assault happened Saturday night at the sold-out Rufus Du Sol concert. One woman was punched in the face and knocked unconscious. Two other people were viciously punched by that man. In a Facebook post, the woman who was knocked unconscious says she spilled a drink on accident and she and her boyfriend apologized, but that man stormed off. Pasadena police say about 30 minutes later, he returned and that's when the fight broke out. Police say they already have multiple leads on the identity of the man behind the attack, who is accused of the attack, that is. Those who attended Saturday's show say it was packed with people, the group even saying this was one of their largest shows ever.
A wild ride, and for some reason, every time we play, it seems like the crowd's double. And that's due to you.
Just last night, Rufus Du Sol taking to social media, releasing this statement about the assault, saying, quote, "We have been heartbroken to hear of the act of violence that took place during the opening act on Saturday. This type of behavior is completely unacceptable anywhere, and the fact that this happened at one of our shows was devastating to learn." Now, again, Pasadena police say they have multiple leads on who this man is, and they are hoping to make an arrest soon. Of course, we will keep you updated.
Yeah, you can kill it. Yeah, they caught him, by the way.
Yeah, no doubt. I know they had to.
What's going on in today's society, bro?
Ignorance at its highest. We're at the bottom of the barrel in this society.
Who watches that?
Obviously, a stadium full of people.
Yeah, they like this generation, they love to film it. They'll film you get stomped out, won't they? They're brave enough to do that and not worry about getting shot, witnessing the whole thing and putting it on camera and posting it. But as far as interacting and getting shot, they won't interact. They'll watch a 5-month-old kid get stumped out.
Man. And wow, a half hour later, after getting a drink spilled on it? Really?
It didn't look like he was wearing anything over fancy. Not that it matters. I think it's these newfangled drugs too that they're on. It's not the same.
Man, that's ridiculous.
Reminds me of when we were on the yard. Somebody complaining, alleging, which I didn't, that I stepped on his shoe. And I'm like, you come to a packed party like this, there's elbow room only. You know what I mean? And you wore your brand new white Air Ones out there in the middle of wintertime. You deserve it.
Yeah.
There's got to be an expectation somebody might spill a drink on you, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Sold out concert or it's
and
crazy.
A female.
Yeah. Punching like that. After they apologized, it wasn't even no mouth,
Right. Right. Yeah. Well, he's probably suffering from affluenza, affluence, that affluence disease.
Yeah.
And you're really rich and you've been getting away with it your whole life. They ought to sat those guys down in the county jail like everybody else, give them no bail and let them sit it out and wait till the trial, whether they beat it or not. They sat in there for a year or two and got a little correction.
Something, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah, inmates don't like those kind of charges.
Oh, no.
No. No. All right, entertainer. We got William L. Johnson in the building. Have to reach out to him. And then, all right, bro, we got another one to run for you. There's a new drive-through. So they opened the Tesla restaurant out here in LA, where they serve the burgers in a little box that looks like a Cybertruck. They got the Tesla robot in there serving popcorn. They got a big screen. It's real nice. You can charge it, your EV, really your Tesla. But they came up, they got a new one, the influencer drive-through inside edition.
See what these things.
Fair use.
You've heard of Dine and Dash. This is a case of dine and crash.
Dine and crash.
Whoa!
These food bloggers are about to try some delicious food. Suddenly, a car comes crashing through the restaurant.
My God.
Glass is shattered. The impact knocks them over.
I'm gonna try the fries.
Influencers Nina Unrated and Patrick Blackwood eat amazing meals all around town.
You guys have a job that nobody would consider dangerous, I think.
We were just enjoying our food.
But they never expected this.
That could have been my last meal.
Patrick and Nina were rushed to the hospital with cuts all over.
That car came straight at us. It's a miracle that we are not hurt in a way where we're missing limbs.
So this is where it came in at, right here.
It happened at Kuvi's Culinary Creations in Houston.
If you take a look at the video, they were still chewing while they were moving.
He's getting
So scary. The
shameless
restaurant
plug, I
temporarily
tell you
closed
what.
to clean up the mess, but was
Shameless.
back open later that day.
Wow.
He opened later that day too. You know, we're always in the margins, ain't we?
Man, wow.
The brother wasn't Sutton enough.
Mm. Yeah, because I mean, if they,
He's waiting for her to get up. I'm sorry, she would have been pushed right out of that thing so fast. You know what I mean? And I'd have been right
Man.
behind her.
whew, they are blessed. They ain't see that coming at all.
You could.
If that would have came all the way in,
Guardian angels.
yeah, I mean that table.
They don't
I
have
know-
peripheral. They
I
couldn't
don't know
play
what
point
stopped-
guard, could they?
I mean, you can't expect that at all. You're eating for camera and all of that. You paying
Uh-huh.
attention to the camera. Shh,
And you don't see the car out your peripheral vision driving towards that big window.
man, I don't think so. Not coming that fast, that hard.
I think, again, there's not enough awareness in today's generation. Your head has got to be on a swivel at all times, whether you're in Chicago, Gary, Indiana, West Side, South Central. I mean, you've got to be eating and have a good level of. I hear you, though. I hear you. Yeah, there was no screeching. The guy didn't even slow down, nothing.
It was in Texas too. I mean, I don't know if that makes a difference, but it sounded like a small, some say place outside of Houston or something.
Yeah.
And to your point, though, there's a very lack of awareness amongst people in this society now. So I will say that. You're correct.
Yeah, it's like the chef was saying, they were still chewing.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect them to spit it out because that happened, but
They never got out of the booth.
man, it was, yeah.
They had to be in shock.
Yeah, I mean, if that car would have, came through there, it would have took their ass out if it didn't get stopped by whatever stopped it. I don't even know what stopped it.
Guardian angels.
Man, because goodness.
And they both had cuts. That's weird. No abrasion. I mean, no breaks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it stopped before it hit them. The cuts was from all the glass.
Horrible news report. Like, we didn't get any details as to what the driver was going
Nothing
through.
about the driver.
Yeah. Nothing.
And all that about the people that, yeah. Yeah, well, news ain't news no more.
No, it ain't. It's all about quick sound bites because they're competing with TikTok.
Yeah, well.
And they know it.
They just put a lot of nonsense on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And they misspell stuff. You know what I mean? Left and right. They're using AI for the production. You know what I mean? All right, y'all. Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Okay, we have a dome teaser. It's in the chat. I cast no shadow where you stand. yet guide your steps with unseen hand. Brother Wordsmith is taking a stab at it. He said stars. That is incorrect. So you guys can take stars off your list if you were thinking about entering that. That is incorrect. I cast no shadow where you stand, yet guide your steps with unseen hand. Looks like he's technically that's not right either. Let us know what the science of self is there, fella. Science of self. I gotta make a call.
Science of self. It includes that just as the body has trillions of cells, we are all cells of the Creator. We are all faking separateness to learn and expand the consciousness for the one being. We are all the same being. This matrix, or as I say, it's a simulation, is to expand consciousness and understanding and understanding. Unfortunately, some of the cells are cancerous and some of them are productive cells, just like the body. And we came here for a purpose, to expand the knowledge base. Was one thing to know everything, it's something else to experience it. Science of self. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this conversation since it got booked. Man, it's going to be expansive, y'all.
Run through the sponsors, bro.
The sponsors, Ancestor Echoes, are sponsored by, oh my God, Midwest Festivals. Midwest Festivals presents Ancestral Echoes. And we shall be having something for the solstice in September. We also should, if you need any aesthetics when you are in the LA Inglewood area, Tay Mills Aesthetics. The link is in the chat, and she's amazing. She'll get you together real quick. And then we have Bella B Designs, and you can reach Bella B at designs365@gmail.com. She can get you your swag together, put them all on notice. You see everything you need to get. And last but not least, all your towing needs, Gym Recovery. Gym Recovery. And he will get you together for show. Also, my company, Warehouse Sounds, is releasing White Boy Wasted EP by Eddie Sevo, and coming out real soon. We just shot a video for I Came to Party this past weekend. It might have been the weekend before that. But it's going to be incredibly funny and entertaining to the max. Just know that. Also be looking out for Tory Wordsmith releasing the song very soon. Very soon.
Well done, good brother. Well done, good brother. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what we got.
Have I been chopping up at all? This thing keeps saying my internet connection is unstable.
No, you've actually been on point.
Okay. I'm wondering. I'm like, man, it's the third time it said that. It usually never says that.
Yeah, mine was acting weird. I had to reset it. Just started right out with the nonsense. Let's see. Yeah, but may have to pivot because I'm not getting any feedback from this brother. Let me see.
Live TV, it happens sometimes.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see. Yeah, because we had the other one set up, the emergency backup pod. Just gonna see if we'll make it easy. I'll just resend it to myself. It's the Self Love Show.
Giving you more than vitamin minerals for your soul.
Yeah. Not getting any response.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Bro, I saw what's his name? Craig T. Robinson. He's driving around. Started to pop out on him. And, hey man, you know a dude named Kier, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight, man. A lot of weight. I didn't know he was so tall.
Really? It doesn't
Man.
seem to be.
Yeah, I think when you lose weight and you thin out, you start looking taller. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it might be just my perception from, not knowing him or ever seeing him, just seeing him on TV.
Right.
And my thinking that a lot of entertainers are tiny people.
Yeah.
So I think that's, sometimes a misconception.
Yeah, bro. He lost that weight. Looked like he'd have been a heck of a hooper if you have all that baby fat coming up. Now, how long can you call it baby fat?
Can until you're 50. When you're 50, It's no longer baby fat. It's just fat.
Unless your name is Baby or Lil Baby or Da Baby.
I think,
Yeah.
it's a little crazy to call yourself that as well.
I know, man. Undocumented truckers. All right. I think we're just gonna have to pivot. And let me see. We'll drop this one. Can we pivot? I could change this title. Huh.
I got the script.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it too. Yeah, we'd have to change the title. I mean, we could stall, but I'm not hearing from this guy. All right, give me a second. Yeah, we'll just, I don't know. We'll have to change the title. So, yeah, it's good. So it's going to feel clickbaity, but it's a live show. Everybody understands. Let's see.
He's out there in Cali.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, LA. Let's see. All right, I got it.
Hope everything's all right with him.
Exactly, bro. All right, let's go. I'm gonna pivot. I'm gonna go with the emergency pod. As soon as my computer stopped tweaking. Emergency pod. Okay, edit. All right, everybody, if you haven't figured it out, we're pivoting here. Let's see if we can get this guest, pray everything's okay with the brother, and get this guest in here next week or so. But we're going to pivot. We got to pivot. All right. Why didn't I? Okay, I changed the title, but I didn't do one other thing, which isn't important. All right. Get to the pivot. Yeah, Milana sent me she said one of the noobs. Let's see here. Emmanuel. He's from GI too. She said his name Emmanuel. You know a noob named Emmanuel from GI?
Does not ring a bell.
He's writing and producing award-winning podcasts. So, yeah, she gave me his contact info. So, maybe we can get him in here,
That would make sense.
All right, let's see if the pivot is pivoted.
Yep.
All right. Did the pivot. All right, let me just do the pivot intro real quick there, fella, so people can have an idea of what we're pivoting to, and then we'll jump straight down to the body. All right, y'all, we're pivoting here. So undocumented truckers. Undocumented truckers form a hidden yet indispensable workforce on America's highways. They navigate complex routes and unpredictable schedules, often without the protection of legal residency or labor rights. Their stories reveal the human cost behind every delivered package and grocery shelf stocking. Tracing back to the post-World War II boom, trucking in America has always leaned on immigrant labor to fill its ranks. Today, an estimated 30% of long-haul drivers are foreign-born, with a significant share lacking formal documentation. This patchwork of legality keeps supply chains humming while driving families to the margins. If I was Al Qaeda, I'd come right through that southern border and get me a trucking license. I'd get 1,000 people to come through. Well, we'll get there. Looking ahead, the industry stands at a crossroads. Automated AI-driven rigs promise efficiency, but raise questions about lost livelihoods and technological hurdles. On the other hand, recruiting teen drivers could shore up manpower, but introduces new safety training and labor law challenges. In this season, today, we unpack the past, present, and future of trucking through the lens of everyday people. We'll debate whether driverless tech or teen recruitment offers a genuine solution, or if there's a third path that could honor human labor and embrace innovation. Join us for this candid conversation. And we're going to show you some video and some real stories from behind the wheel. So, y'all know all the other stuff. What about your self-love vision and your 10 hats and blah, 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 blah. All right, bro. We're in the building. You know where we're at. Okay, let's see. Yeah, pivot. All right, bro. Trucking. What major regulatory shift had reshaped the trucking industry by 1865?
I am not sure.
Don't worry about it. The Motor Carrier Act of 1980 had largely deregulated interstate trucking, eliminating many entry barriers and rate controls. This opened the door to more competition, drove freight rates down by roughly 30% over 5 years, and fundamentally changed how carriers operated. Okay. So I just want to, Karen, if you can run a quick video. All right, Self Love production. All right, let's see. Pretty sure these videos are still here. Gonna be tough to pivot without the show being set up.
It is, but we're up for the task.
Yeah, Birth of a House Nation. Okay, yeah, you're right. We are up for the task. All right, close call. Okay, all right. All right, we got a video here. Let's run it, Karen. I got it.
This car ran a stop sign, then almost hit me. This car ran a stop sign, then almost hit me. Wait for it.
Now, we're going to run this again. You tell me who's at fault here.
This car ran a stop sign, then almost hit me.
You see the truck pulls out. Obviously, that car's already coming down the street. Takes that lane there.
Wait for it.
Goodness. The trucker's not paying attention. My humble opinion.
And then got the nerve to blow the horn.
Yeah, like he's in the right.
Yeah, he's probably driving while texting, half asleep. He didn't even put his turn signal on, bro. what are the odds of him being a migrant? Well, illegal alien trucker.
Since I just got the information, about 30% of the industry is 30%.
Well, with that move, I'm going to jack it up even higher. You know, that's terrible. You know, and this isn't just trucking. I don't know how these people are getting driver's license. I'm not getting into should they have them and blah blah blah. These people can't drive.
I suspect that some of them don't have driver's license.
And some of them were paying people under the table to get them. They haven't lived in an America where there was policing, meaning there used to be motorcycle cops and traffic cops, and they see you doing this jackass stuff on the road. Just you got a red left turn arrow, and you decide to make a left turn anyway because you don't want to wait. You used to have cops that'll pull you over and write you a ticket.
Yeah. They weren't everywhere, but now they want to rely on cameras and stuff like that aren't everywhere either. So I mean,
I don't know, man. It's like
ridiculous.
a 1-2, man. Here in LA, Sanctuary, they told the cops to stand down. They want the cops to only respond. They only want the cops responding to violent things. But when you have people doing dumb stuff on the road, it could then lead to violence.
Yeah, I mean, he could have killed that driver. I mean,
right.
Period.
And then you got the nerve to blow the horn.
Like he knew he was gonna make that wide turn to make another huge wide turn.
Then you could have waited for that driver.
Yeah.
Before you pulled out the driveway, could have waited for that driver.
Period.
People are driving as though, well, he's got brakes. He's going to stop. And that's, you know what I mean? And that's not the vehicle code.
Plus, you're driving a 18-wheeler that can kill somebody very easily with that in a car.
Easily.
Crush
Easily, bro. So the deregulation wave spurred dramatic entry. The number of for-hire interstate trucking firms grew from about 10,000 in 1980 to over 21,000 in 85. At the same time, the national fleet of heavy class 8 trucks expanded to approximately 1.5 million power units on the road. What share of the U.S. freight was hauled by trucks back in 83, 84? You got any idea?
I don't really know, but I'm going to say it's probably 70-80%, I would think. Something has to touch a truck.
Yeah. According to 1985 National Transportation Stats, big trucks carried nearly 2/3 of all intercity freight tonnage and generated about 55% of total freight transportation revenues across all modes, underscoring trucking's dominance in surface cargo movement. All right, so we're talking back in 1985. Good year, by the way, for all you kids out there. All right, we got another video. Look at this jackass. At least he did pull over.
Oh yeah, we're not seeing that.
Oh, you're not seeing that, my bad. Let's see here. All right.
Oh
shit. Yeah, so he had the presence of mind. I don't know why that was happening. His load looked like.
That's what I'm like. What, did he hit the truck in front of him? I can't really see what's going on out there.
No, he's probably caught up in his wind drag.
Yeah, that load. Oh,
it's probably too high. You see how low the truck's load is too high. It probably should be down to like here to keep the balance of the whole truck stable. You know what I mean?
It looked like the other truck had as much, but it looked like it was a longer truck.
Maybe so. Maybe so.
Wow.
And these are probably heavier logs too, because he's got a lot of smaller. You see some thinner logs up in there too. I don't know, but it just started happening all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, me driving, man. We drive a cargo van, and sometimes the wind hits
Could have
you,
been the wind, yeah.
put you into almost into another lane. You'd be like, "Whoa!" And it's got a wind aid assist. That
Oh, you drive the company van?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so what does the wind aid assist do? Like balances it out?
I don't know. It scares the hell out of me. At least for the first few months I was driving it. Every time it feel like I'm losing control of the vehicle. It stabilizes it, I guess, or whatever. But I'm already in the process of stabilizing it, and to me, I don't know exactly what it does, but I guess it
Does something.
stabilizes it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess it stops for that type of thing from happening. So if it's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's probably it. Like the it's probably doing something with the shocks underneath to balance it.
Yeah.
Like the skid. I got a skid button in there, and I don't know why you got to have that on or off. It seems like it should just be on all the time, the anti-skid in your car.
Yeah, well, some people don't like it, so.
Yeah, they like skidding around the road.
Well, they know how to stop the skid, and then the anti-skid, and trying to stop the skid will make you crash.
Yeah. All right. What economic pressures challenged carriers and drivers around 1985? You got any idea? So, in addition to adjusting to rate cutting competition, carriers wrestled with volatile fuel costs lingering from the 1970s energy crisis, rising insurance premiums, and the operational pressures of maintaining tighter schedules and thinner margins. So by 1985, an industry-wide push for standardized training culminated in the founding of the Professional Truck Driver Institute, signaling a shift towards formal curricular safety protocols and performance benchmarks for new entrants. At the same time, veteran drivers upheld a deep-rooted culture of professionalism, courteous CB etiquette, you know, thorough pre-trip inspections and respectful dock conduct, even as deregulation drew thousands of newcomers with uneven training backgrounds. So the people took a great pride in what they were doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of these idiots on the road driving these trucks, and I'm like, bro.
They'll kill you. They'll kill you. And believe me, I see them because I'm on highways at least 5 days a week. Like, see some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, counterintuitive, and they're just driving like they're in a little sports car.
Yeah, like it's a race.
Yeah. All right, we got one more bit. It's sad, man. It's sad, bro. Oh, nobody can hear that. I don't understand what's going on. Let me see. Okay. Maybe there's no sound on this. Can you see this?
Yeah, I see it. I don't think there's no sound on it though. Oh.
I mean,
what?
Should she be driving a truck? I guess so. I don't want to be sexist here. It's a split screen. So she must be passing. But again,
Yeah, that wasn't the trucker's fault.
You seen
Wow.
something?
Yeah, when you, I've seen. I guess I'm seeing the replay on the,
Okay.
the time difference. So I was looking on the show. Come across. There you go. It came across and hit the truck.
Was that suicide by truck?
I
Oh,
can't-
well,
I can't
again, these
imagine.
idiots in these, what do you call them? Pickup trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Somebody told them, yeah, if you want to be a dumbass, go get a pickup truck and you can do whatever you want on the road.
You can't go into the other lane of traffic, though. I mean, opposite traffic.
Well, somebody's
Especially
told
against a truck. What the?
somebody's told these people, if you got the bigger car, you got the right of way, and the other people got to bow down. But like you said, and then now he's met his match, or she. Wow.
Yeah, that's nuts, man.
And she went over.
Oh,
You think that was her last day? Yeah, that would probably been my last trip as a trucker. That would have done it for me.
New profession, huh?
Absolutely. This is your warning from your guardian angels.
Whew.
On a bridge, this idiot is doing this.
I can't understand what. Whew. Possessed that
Stupidity, bro.
come
That's what
across
they're
to
doing.
the other side.
I-
You got to have something in between the lanes on there. Everything, fuck that.
Man, I guess so, but
What can you do as a driver? There's not much you can fucking do. I mean, goddamn.
she should have just ran right into him and crushed him. That's what she could have done. Eliminate the idiot, because you put other people's lives in jeopardy. It's easy for me to say playing armchair quarterback in this situation, but she's in this. She should have just, that's it. That was the only thing. Or maybe went to the right. How she ended up steering to the left, maybe the impact just, she had no control. She had no control at that point.
Yeah, I don't think so.
She did a good job. Wow. Look at her face. Yeah, this, wow.
Oh, yeah. We're no longer seeing this.
Oh, you're not seeing. She saw her whole life flash between her.
Yes, that part.
You know what I mean? She's probably got kids, bro, a family, man. Like, you remember Chill was a trucker. And he said, yeah, something happened when his load tipped over, almost crushed some innocent people, and that was his last.
Woo.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That was it. I hear that from a lot of truckers, man. They be trucking and something happens. My mom's, guess you can call him husband, rest both their souls. He was a trucker, and he said he was driving and hit the ice over in the mountains. Damn near went over like her, and that was it for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say it's going fine. You know what I mean? You're out there, you're over the road, and then
getting your money.
And then that happens, and they walk away from it all.
Makes sense.
They walk away from it all, fella.
I mean, none not worth your life out there, and you can't take it with you.
Sure can't take it with you. You're a trucker. You better have some damn good insurance.
Life insurance.
Yeah.
It's the
Self Luv Show.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
We do it for our people.
Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show. It's the Self Luv Show.
Too exposed and no equal.
The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show.
Tory Wordsmith 9 mil.
Self Luv Show. The Self Luv Show. You know
how the story go. It's the Self Luv Show. Yo, we had to show you how to pivot, and that's what we do. Get some lemons, we make some lemonade, some lemon smoothies, and do what we gotta do. So today we have pivoted to undocumented truckers.
It's the Self Love Show. The Self Love Show.
And
The Self Love Show.
we have some very entertaining
It's the
videos
Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. It's the Self Love Show. To expose they don't equal.
for you to check out.
The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. We wordsmith 9 mil. The Self Love Show. The Self Love Show. You know how the story goes.
And
it's the Self Love Show.
We'll be right back at you.
Moses fleeing the people from Pharaoh.
Right, let my people go.
40 years in a desert.
Manna.
Let's talk about what manna truly is. And
The Aganowski's in the Middle East right now saying manna is Peter.
can we put some sensibility to that? Being in the desert and our Father, the Creator, loves us beyond. He's gonna rain down bread in a desert. Moses summoned the strongest men for them to dig, and that's where the whole term of so it is above, so it is what?
Below.
That means that Moses had the science for them to dig and find water.
Yeah, like the elephants would do.
So what do you find even in the desert when you dig down and find water? Do you find bread or do you find plants?
You sounding like this shit is the wheel or something, like it's gonna change the world. Look, man, I don't know about all that change the world shit, but what I do know is that they be going crazy over this, man. I'm telling you. And the bitches, oh Lord, the bitches, yo, they do anything for this.
Was it true that I have my cell phone and my location, and if I became a target, that a drone could literally know where I am and take me out?
The police have a drone that from TV and stuff that is real, and I've seen it. It shoots, it shocks people, but there's also a drone at the border that's in a box, and if you walk up to it and it pops out, and it can tell if you're Hispanic, and it shocks you, and then Border Patrol picks you up. But I know about, but yes,
Wow.
It is capable for them to hit you with whatever they want, whenever they want, because drones are not only stealthy, but these Air Force drones, these Global Hawks, these Predators, these huge drones that no one even knows about, are in different levels of the atmosphere, surveying targets in America.
So
you got your Bluetooth, you have your cell phone technology, and then you have your Wi-Fi. That's why when I go to the casino or anywhere I don't want to get hacked, I turn my Wi-Fi and my Bluetooth off.
Let me say this real quickly about my brother Kenny Young, because he's always been the ultimate optimist. Always. If we were the Avengers, he was always Captain America. He would find the positive out of anything.
Man.
Even when he ain't feeling positive, which that's what makes it so much dope.
Yes.
Because, and I didn't know that. I just assumed he was always positive. Like, oh no, he deals with his own shit. He's savvy enough to say, you know what? You need this positivity. I'm gonna deal with my shit too. In that level of optimism, man, he taught me how to be optimistic and how to dream and how to elevate the dream. You know what I'm saying? Because once again, being from Chicago, being a realist, one looking at things like, man, this ain't gonna happen. This ain't gonna. I don't know about this. I don't know about all that.
And it's 40 below zero 2 months out of the year. I need a roof over my head. I need a job.
I need killing people out. I need some gas in my car. You know what I'm saying? Man. He was very instrumental in me learning how to dream in a healthy manner, in a healthy, productive manner.
The original impetus really was we were at a time, like even meeting Big Will, my introduction to Big Will. Big Will was playing, and Rhythm can attest to this. He was playing in this room with almost no people, but he was playing like it was 500 people in the room. And he was playing like we remember these parties being played. At the time, house had really been moved into these little small dive lounges, and it was just losing the spirit we had grown up on. Like we wanted the boogie, and we wasn't getting that boogie, like very, very few places here and there. That was like the last bastion of real parties to me. Everything else was these little dive lounges and everybody sitting around reminiscing. I was like, that's fuck that.
And says this ain't that network. Free Larry Hoover and Jeff Ford. was some of my research, at USC. I did a survey. The question was, do you think that Jesus Christ was of African descent or European descent? Overwhelmingly, over 90-something% of the folks said African descent. I said, then do you think his ethnicity matters? They said, no, it doesn't matter. And I'm saying, it matters obviously to somebody.
It does.
Absolutely. And it matters to white supremacy. But whenever there's a book called The Color of Christ, the saga of race, I think in America, they track when, most people say, well, this is something out of Europe and, who was that? Michelangelo painted,
Yeah.
No, that ain't got nothing to do with why Jesus is white. Jesus is white because of America. Jesus is white because of white supremacy in the Klan. That's why Jesus is white. That's where that comes from. It didn't stick in Europe because they knew better.
Man, thank you guys for inviting me on. Thank you. Great format, very solid. It don't have that low budget movie feel. You know what I'm saying? And we get that a lot in the Black community, for real.
Yeah.
Like people look at us to be fuck ups. They look at us to be low budget. They look at us to be ignorant, stuttering, and use a whole bunch of and all of that. But no, they got the real deal on here. That everybody know who Torian Mills is, baby. They know.
Hey, well, bro.
They're so ignorant,
ignorant.
man. Ignorant. They're so
Hey, but this
ignorant.
platform's your platform. This platform's my platform. From Inglewood, California to
the
Chicago,
South Shore.
Crazy thing about it.
This platform is
made
for
for
you
and me.
It's made for you.
The crazy
ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. I was trying to get out the end of the preamble, but go ahead, bro.
Yes, y'all. It don't stop. Self Love Show rocks on. And today we had to make a pivot, and we are undocumented truckers, past, present, and future of trucking. AI the answer, or teens? We'll find out.
It's the Self
Love Show. We do it for our people. To expose that no equals. 3 words, Smith 9 Mills. You know how the story go. It's the Self Love Show. We're back at you. Gonna expand the conversation only way we know how. Undocumented truckers, past, present, and future of trucking. AI the answer? For teens?
Yeah. Yeah, we ran a poll on TATN about transgender cheerleaders, bro. Yeah. They're all over NFL.
Not surprising.
Yeah, they rolled them out in the Vikings Bears Monday Night Football game.
Well, that makes me happy that, well, I guess I shouldn't say that.
Nobody can say anything anymore.
I know. I just do know the Bears don't have any cheerleaders, so.
Yeah, well, I predicted a while back, and before this started happening, that the Honey Bears are going to come back and they're all going to be trans.
No. Well,
yeah.
No honey bears out there.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get back to it. Okay, so second segment, teen drivers, bro. We're going to be talking about the teen drivers. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing that in Illinois, but they're definitely rolling them out in here at Cali.
What's the age?
They're like 18. 17. They barely got their license, and they start, but they get training like in high school. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, they got the simulators and all of that. So they're getting some good training. But is their brain developed? You know what I mean?
That's mm, don't know about this, Jim. It's the math ain't mathing.
Yeah, well,
Some of them you can't get them to wash the dishes or take the trash out. I mean, you're gonna give them all this responsibility.
that's a lot of responsibility.
Whew.
Somebody can come up to them and say, "Hey, put all these kilos in there and take them across country."
Or not even tell them that it's in there. Oh,
yeah, and they don't know. All right, let's see here. That's what I'm telling you, man. These pickup trucks, bro, they meet in their match, bro. They drive around like they think they're in Mexico some damn where, and they don't follow the yield signs. I don't think they know the signs. And this guy's had enough of it. I'm sure that's what it was. They like they might have stole that truck.
Yeah, they was running out of here. It's very hard to figure out what's going on in this video there.
All right. Can 18-year-olds obtain a CDL and drive big rigs within state lines? In other words, they don't go state to state.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would suspect so. I mean,
Yeah.
probably in Illinois, but I don't know if I'm hiring one.
No, you're right. Under federal regulations, individuals age 18 or older can secure a commercial driver's license to operate heavy trucks on intrastate routes. However, they remain barred from interstate commerce, driving across state lines until they turn 21. Do you believe there's a pathway for teens to drive big rigs across state lines before age 21?
Yeah, necessity and greed. Think it will happen at some point. I think it's probably happening now anyway.
Yeah, you're right, bro. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration Safe Driver Apprenticeship Pilot Program, that's a word salad. The Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration Safe Driver Apprenticeship Pilot Program permits 18 to 20-year-olds with a clean CDL record to operate interstate, but under direct supervision. Apprentices pair with experienced drivers gaining real-world experience while remaining under mentorship.
Okay.
Got a take on that?
They're not out there by themselves out there.
Yeah, they're going to be with an experienced driver.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's, I could, work with that.
Yeah.
They're going to probably be on their best behavior with those people there.
What's the difference between driving in-state and interstate? Like, you're still driving a big rig. What?
Tonight, teenage drivers can make you.
I don't get it.
It's got to be, well, I mean, got to be driving hours. So,
Yeah, but that's not it.
Because driving to state, that's going to be, I mean, that could mean lots of hours. It doesn't have to, like,
Right. Well, just limit the hours.
Yeah.
Because
they can't limit the hours on the adults. That's why, I mean, it's a rule and all of that, but they have 2 sets of books and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, but okay, so you can make a kid drive a bunch of hours in the same state.
Yeah, you could. He's closer to home. He understands the laws there. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I don't know.
Yeah, because I initially think, okay, all right, it's dangerous driving. You might have to drive through the mountains. You're in unfamiliar territory. But they, like California, for instance, got everything: mountains, flatlands. You know,
Yeah, I'm probably not sending no child, well, I mean teenager, to go through the mountains. You know what I mean?
yeah,
As as someone that sends people out to do routes and all of that. So I mean, I don't know.
and you know the weather patterns, right? You're not going to be driving through black ice if you're not. If you're from a state that gets black ice, you have an understanding of what's going on out there, probably more so than somebody who just, came in from out of state.
It's maybe just inexperience.
Yeah.
So they want you to get some experience
Behind the wheel.
Before you can start going state to state and putting a lot of people's lives in
Yeah.
danger.
Yeah, I guess. All right. It makes sense. All right, we got another video. This is specifically about the teen drivers.
At 6 tonight, teenage drivers can make you a little nervous when you're on the road with them. Now consider this. A new program is paving the way to get them behind the wheel of a big rig.
Anchor Abel Garcia gives you an inside look at the training taking place right here in the valley to make sure they're ready for safe trucking.
If you want your grocery store fully stocked, someone has to get those items to the store. Truck drivers are in short supply, so younger drivers are being targeted. The big question is, are they ready?
We're prepared. I mean, as prepared as you can be, of course.
Daisy Rodriguez is a student at Ahern Advanced Career Training, also known as Ahern ACT. She is 20 years old and she is attending class 5 days a week for 5 weeks to get her commercial driver's license. She has to pass a series of 6 tests.
We do all go through the proper training, so regardless of our age, we're still getting the same amount of training as someone older would.
The infrastructure law now requires an apprenticeship pilot program. This allows drivers like Daisy between the ages of 18 to 20 with an intrastate commercial driver's license, which is only within state lines, to operate interstate, which is out of state lines, under very specific conditions. President of Ahern ACT, Lloyd Benson, is working on adopting this new program, getting mentors to help train apprentices in this age group on the road.
We not only want to make sure that they get home to their families at the end of the day, but everybody that they encounter out on the road, that they get home to their families safely as well.
The training doesn't end there.
After spending some time with these students in the classroom, it's my turn to get behind the wheel, but don't worry, it is just a simulation.
As you're braking and accelerating.
This is the only simulator of its kind right here in the Silver State.
You can even feel like the shaking and everything as if you're really inside of a semi.
Students like Daisy get a real feel of what it's like to be behind the wheel before hitting the open road.
Wow, okay, so that's horrifying.
It'll restart it. If I end the scenario now, it's going to give you a scenario drive report.
It makes them a little bit safer when they initially get into the truck for the first time.
Nevada Trucking Association President Paul Eno says these 18 to 20-year-olds need 280 hours of driving and 400 hours of training with an experienced driver. The truck must be limited to 65 miles per hour and have the latest safety protection equipment.
We absolutely need to make sure we have that pipeline of younger drivers coming in to meet all our freight needs. Because right now, 80,000 drivers short. If we're not able to do that, we're just going to see that number escalate as our demand for freight goes up.
This call for help is exactly why Daisy wants to buckle up and drive.
The driver shortage is a problem for us right now, so I do think that getting younger drivers on the road can be an asset.
I'm Abel Garcia reporting from Ahern ACT in North Las Vegas.
You know, there's something called wisdom and life experience that, like, she doesn't know what she doesn't know.
Man, beyond facts. She don't know nothing. 'Cause, I mean, I don't even know how much driving experience she got in a vehicle or a car.
Correct. I guess she can get out and change that tire like everybody else too. Because trucking is it's a lot of, you gotta know how to do those repairs to keep that rig on the road too. And you're out there, you're 18, you're 19 years old, and you changing a tire out there by yourself. I don't know.
I don't either. I thought them truckers called somebody to come change them tires, because even the older guys, because where's the spare at? I don't.
Yeah, I know they be doing a lot of repairs on their own, man, on the road. Maybe that's just the ones who own their own truck, but that's part of their training. You got to learn how to do the basic repairs. Like sometimes you're on the road, you're in the middle of nowhere.
Facts.
You know,
sometimes 3-4 times a week. I mean,
yeah,
but I ain't driving no rig though, so
yeah.
Like I said, you know.
So some high schools have launched dedicated trucking electives. For example, Patterson High School in Cali offers seniors, you got to be a senior, or you can be 16, 17 as a senior, 180 classroom hours and 30 simulator lab hours on 18-wheeler operations. These programs break down driving skills step by step and allegedly expose students to vocational pathways immediately after graduation. You can underpay those kids too.
Apprentice.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's got to be good money for a kid fresh out of high school.
Yes. I mean, used to come out of high school, these vocational schools, and you would be in the union right out of high school.
Yeah.
You know, the carpentry, electrician.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things of that nature. Automotive tech, all that.
It's going back to that now because AI, which we've been talking about for 4 years, if not longer. The Truck Safety Coalition and the advocates for highway and auto safety have publicly opposed teen interstate driving pilots. They warn that placing one of the highest risk age groups behind 80,000-pound rigs could increase crash rates, urging the industry instead to address shortages through better pay and safer working conditions. How about that?
Yeah.
Because they haven't they haven't regulated their emotions yet. I mean, you know, as a full middle-aged man, you're still working on that. And you know what I mean, bro? At 20, 19, that
somebody.
rage is in you, huh?
Could kill somebody.
Yeah.
And can't train that rage out about you.
Yeah, or the feeling of immortality that you have at that age. You know?
Man.
The risk taking. The carelessness.
That's my whole thing. I said if you put them with an apprentice or somebody sitting there, then they'll probably be on their best behavior for the most part.
Yeah, they will.
So that would be helpful.
But they're only with the apprentice for X amount of time, and then they're on their own, though. Well, otherwise, you can just let the apprentice drive the big rig. What is that noise? Hold on a second. All right, we got a video to run here, fella.
Well, tonight, major controversy among truckers after an executive order is requiring them to pass English literacy tests.
The order puts specific focus on road safety. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from a truck stop in Davie with reaction.
A federal law requiring English proficiency for commercial drivers already existed, but according to press,
every newscaster appears to be homosexual.
Well, tonight, major controversy among truckers after
this guy.
An executive order is requiring them to pass English literacy tests.
The order puts specific focus on road safety. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us from a truck stop.
And You're right. It started like somewhere during the pandemic, a little bit before that, and it's just now all of them. If you were trying to get a job, you'd have to come in there and pretend to be, yeah.
And Davey with reaction.
Because they're doing jobs that heterosexual males don't want to do. That's going to be the narrative.
A federal law requiring English proficiency for commercial drivers already existed, but according to President Trump, it had not been enforced in years, and he claims that made the roads less safe.
This guy seems pretty got something in his craw, doesn't he?
Russell Rocha has been a truck driver for 17 years.
We need to open the door to opportunity for everybody.
While he says there is a need for drivers, Rocha sees the logic behind the executive order signed by President Donald Trump on Monday.
If you can't read or understand a certain sign that's a little dangerous, it could affect all of us.
The new order requires truckers to demonstrate proficiency using the English language before getting behind the wheel. According to the executive order, proficiency means drivers can read and understand.
Yeah, it's already a law. Just because it hadn't been enforced for the past few years doesn't mean it's a dumb law.
No.
Traffic signs.
Means somebody stupid wasn't enforcing it.
Right. And they were getting paid by lobbyists to look the other way.
And communicate with traffic safety, border patrol, and agricultural checkpoints, as well as others.
Es una ley inefasta.
It's an awful law, Joman Rivera told me.
En mis 15 años como camionero.
In my 15 years as truck driver, I never had an issue with English.
15 years this motherfucker's been driving a truck in the United States and never learned a word of it.
Yeah, you never had a problem with English. I think maybe you have, because you don't. You know the signs. I guess if you know the signs, you know the signs. But you know,
man, they're so entitled, though.
Yeah, they're completely. It's amazing,
isn't it?
Rivera claims he recognized the signs and communicated with officers with his limited English. First off. But according to Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, there are documented cases where drivers' inability to read signs and speak the language may have contributed to a series of fatal accidents.
We have to. Isn't this guy doing the reporting supposed to be more?
No, because this is.
I know, but bro, when you have the so-called copper colored, if you're doing a report about crime in your community, they wouldn't allow you to be sitting there with that kind of attitude. They just tell you to read the news.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is a piece that's just it's anti-Trump and anti-America as far as I'm concerned.
To watch out for lives. I mean, that's most important, right? It depends on how many people are affected and how many people decide to exit the industry because of this.
Rivera says he's already seen many truck drivers putting their trucks on sale. He also says the consumer is the one who will suffer. Rocha agrees.
It would affect the consumer by not picking up on time, by not delivering on time, or in between transit from shipping to receiving.
So he's a professional now on the logistics, huh?
Yeah.
Just drive the goddamn truck, Rocha. Just drive the truck.
He clearly doesn't have a problem with English, so.
No, and he likes the law.
Yeah.
The U.S. Secretary of Transportation will begin taking action to see who is not complying with the requirements.
Looks like alfalfa with that little thing sticking up. You see a thing sticking up in his hair? Couldn't slick it all down.
60 days from yesterday. Drivers who are found not in compliance.
How can I take this guy seriously?
Could be taken out of service. We are in Davie. Ivan Taylor, CBS News.
All right. He was pissed, wasn't he?
Very upset. He don't like ICE either.
No. Because he came over here probably illegally. What benefits, we've talked about the downside, you and I. Any benefits teen employment could bring to the trucking industry in your mind's eye?
It could, if they weren't so greedy or whatever, it could keep some of the pricing down
It
because
should. You pay them lower, and it can lower. Yeah,
it goes
but
to,
it won't.
I won't. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
hear you. I
Agreed.
hear what you're saying, though. It
Yeah.
should,
Yeah.
but it won't.
No, it won't.
They told us the self-driving Waymo technology was going to lower the price for people to get to and fro, and now it's literally more than a regular Uber. And people just sit there and take it in the palm.
More money for Uber, and they upcharge for it.
Yeah, it's a whole nother company. I don't know if it's Uber, but I'm sure they got money in it. But yeah, they upcharge it. All right. Any other benefits? But that is a benefit. It should, but it won't.
I mean, it definitely.
I'd say longer career, right?
Yeah, brings more people to the industry. It could be longer career, it could not. Just like you said, you talked about it, and almost every trucker that you know had an incident where I'm out.
They either nearly kill themselves or other people, and they're through.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it could be longer careers. It couldn't. It could not be.
I mean, you're driving downhill. They got those truck things. Your brakes go out.
Oh, yeah.
You can't even stop.
Cali, yeah.
You just got to drive off the side of the road and into the dirt.
Yeah, until it stops. It stops you.
That can't be a good feeling.
And they're there for a reason.
Thank God they got them.
Because you can't stop, and you can go down there and kill a bunch of people with 80,000 pounds. 80,000 pounds. My God.
Whew. So it could build a younger talent pipeline, is what I'm saying. Good. And then in the long run, you have better drivers as they get older and more experienced.
Yeah, especially you bring them up through apprentice and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They should have better health, so they're on the road more than your average older driver. Should. But they could be doing wacky drugs, but we're trying to stay positive. You don't know what drugs these kids are doing.
With 80,000 pounds.
80,000 chemicals. You don't know what it is. And they're going to have a restriction. They can't do chemicals and all that. But then they're going to have an apprentice program right after that, aren't they, so these kids can drive around with the nuclear bombs and everything.
They got to get the stuff where they want it to go when they want it to go. So
as cheap as possible.
Yeah, they're trying to go back to kid labor. That's what they're trying to get us back to.
They are. Yeah. Let's see. Students entering trucking straight from high school often show high enthusiasm. Yeah, because they don't know what they don't know, man. They ain't been out there in it.
They know how much they're gonna get paid.
That's all they're looking at is the upside, but they're not looking at the potential dangers out there on that road. Self, you got to be an adult to be on that road like that, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like shit happens on that road, bro.
Yeah, people we know is one instance that I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about crashing. I'm talking about weirdos. I'm talking about robberies. I'm talking about just being gullible out there. And hey, can you drive me down here? And I'm life. Yeah. I'm just hitchhiking. Can you just take me over here? I'm just a migrant. You know what I mean? And I'm just
none of that.
Yeah, exactly. See how you're inanimate? Some of them are just that girl. Yeah, sure. Can I? She wide open. Her nose is wide open.
Talking to him in Spanish. Yeah, all fucked up.
Being sex slavery. Now they could help rebrand a profession, ensuring long-term sustainability for freight transportation. And to your point, lowering the cost back to the customers, according to the AI.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking, but like we just said, they're not going to do that.
That never happens.
They're already part of some organization, so it's some union type of situation. So now they might get paid lower.
Yeah, they will get. They will get paid. Yeah, they're going to get more dues from all these teens, and yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And
yes.
Even if they want to pay them cheaper, they won't be able to. If they get in a union.
Yeah, well, let's get into the they call them undocumented drivers. I like the way they call all the immigrants immigrants now, whether they're legal or illegal. It's an interesting term.
Yeah, it's crapulous at best,
Mm-hmm.
and just outright fake news, scripted news, I should say.
Well, tonight, major controversy among truckers after an executive order is requiring.
Now, I'm sure you. So that executive order came
Another.
through, and about a week later, you got this clown. I'm sure you've been seeing this clown, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Oh my God, you've got to see this clown. He's what prompted me to put this together.
As soon as I saw him, though, I knew
You started laughing.
Yeah, because I knew something was very not right already.
So
in the first half a second.
So he got his CDL in Cali. So now he's motoring in Florida. And you know Florida. You know what I mean? All right, but here we go. Just tell you how the God's eye is. Just watch this guy, and I just want to hear your take. I've been all through the comments. I have my take, but I want to hear your take.
Alleged deadly crime now highlighting President Trump's immigration crackdown. Watch this horrifying video. It's from Florida last week, and it shows a minivan slamming into a semi-truck. Look at that.
He's a migrant.
It's gone. Driving that truck, an illegal immigrant accused of trying a reckless U-turn across 3 lanes on a highway. Who does that? That crash killed 3 people inside that minivan. A senior ICE source says U.S. Marshals arrested that illegal immigrant in California over the weekend. He will be extradited to Florida to face 3 counts of vehicular homicide. Here's Florida's Attorney General.
It's a horrific situation. California should not have provided this person the driver's license and a permit, not just for a car, but to drive large-scale trucks, to then drive into Florida.
He crossed the border through the southern border. He came here from India. He got here somehow from India and said he's seeking asylum from India.
Wow.
Just spitting in our face.
How did he get a driver's license? A CDL? How?
California's got all these programs. It's Cali, man. They got all these programs, but they got programs, baby.
Engage in this.
That's one of the most anti-American states, along with Illinois.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are pro-immigrant and not pro-people that's here. You know, if you're not from here, they roll out the red carpet for you.
Yeah.
Well,
Again,
we got homeless here. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
If I was Al Qaeda, and they're setting up false flags, probably what they're doing. If I was Al Qaeda,
how those so-called people got here before anyway, and he crossed the border.
Yeah, through Canada. If I was Al Qaeda, and my mom, rest her soul, reported some of them, and the FBI just ignored it before 9/11. But if I was Al Qaeda, I would put as many people, up to 5,000. I'd sit there and wait and let them get the trucking jobs and let them get the chemicals. You know what I mean? Let them drive the gas, work their way up, right? And then one particular day, I'd have all 10,000 of them start just blowing shit up with the trucks. Huh, Self? If I was Al Qaeda.
Shit, sounds like the movies.
Yeah, sounds like a false flag coming to you.
Dangerous behavior and take the lives of 3 others is really a tragedy, but it shows how dangerous the open border policies under Obama and Biden have been that have continued to wreak havoc on communities across the country.
Yeah,
Why did they slide Obama in there?
They've been doing it.
He was the deporter in chief. He's deported more people than anybody ever. How can you slide him in under that?
Because it makes their base happy. Just like when the other side mentions Trump about everything, he's that. And you got to blame the black man. That's the whole reason why he's a scapegoat. He's been put there.
Our senior correspondent Jonathan Siri has more on this story. Hi, Jonathan.
Hi, Aisha. Authorities have identified the truck driver as 28-year-old Harjinder Singh. And they say he was...
They don't know how old he is. We got kids coming over here. They could be 24 years old, sneaking across the border, going to high school with your daughter, talking about they're 24 years old, and we don't know how old they are. And they're running around your high school, so...
An Indian national. He faces 3 counts of vehicular homicide stemming from that fatal crash on Florida's Turnpike. It happened on Tuesday. Florida authorities say the 28-year-old trucker was making an illegal U-turn, crossing the median using an area that was designated for official use only. You can see a minivan behind him slamming into the trailer, crushed underneath, fatally injuring 3 Florida residents who were riding inside. 2 died at the scene, a 3rd died at the hospital. State troopers issued an ICE detainer for the truck driver after learning he was an illegal migrant. Federal authorities say Singh, an Indian national, entered the U.S. illegally through the Mexico border in September of 2018. He was arrested 2 days later, but claimed he was afraid to go back to his home country.
India. I mean, what's the problem? Did you commit crimes there? Take your ass back to India.
Well, you know, they got the caste system.
Man, would you please stop
caste, that? They all gonna say they looking for asylum. All of them, everybody. That's those are the key words they're looking for, so they don't send you away.
The only people coming from India who I would consider asylum is the women, because they've been getting SA'd left and right and set on fire and stuff like that by men probably like him. As far as the caste system you're talking about, I mean,
darker you are, the worse off. The untouchables, they're people that are
right, but he's not even that dark, and it doesn't apply to him. Does it?
I don't know. I've never been, so.
And so he was released on a $5,000.
I'm saying India is a country. They're not at war, allegedly. There's not any genocide going on there.
And
there's a lot of poverty, but
over a billion people.
But he said he's afraid to go back.
Immigration bond.
He wasn't afraid to bust a U-turn on the freeway.
The White House's rapid response social media account.
If he was afraid to go back,
he shouldn't be. Gotta do is go to the next fucking exit.
That's what I'm saying.
God damn.
It's cultural. These people don't do it from all over the world. I hear you, bro.
There's no excuse for that shit.
Bro, it was a Russian.
Can he read and understand fucking English?
Oh, they're going to get into that. It's a great question. It was a Russian.
I mean, goodness.
No, great question. It was I don't want to answer it because it's going to come out and then you can give your take. It was a Russian the other day, so Uber sends you alerts. They say you have to take people's pets, even if it's especially if they tell you it's social. It's what do you call that?
Mm-hmm.
You know, mental. And comfort dog.
Yeah,
the Russian came over here illegal, got into it with the passenger, a pink. So it's pink on pink. You got a pink Russian, and you got a American pink. And these pink Russians probably don't like American pinks, which I'm not getting involved. That's not my battle. And he walked up on that American pink who was holding his little dog in his left. He had his wife behind him. The American pink was a CEO, it looked just like if that American pink had been down there at University of Illinois and come across us, he'd have been more prepared than that.
Yeah.
It looked like a University of Illinois thing. He was holding that little lap dog. He was mouthing off at that big Russian. That Russian got out of the car and headbutted him.
Look.
And then was able to headbutt him and get off a right, knocked him out, and brain damage. Well, he had a brain injury, but the dude is all right and he's suing Uber.
Bro,
and the guy,
look who's here.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
Is it 7:15? Pivoted. All right. We gotta let him in. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on.
I admit him.
Let's see here.
Hello?
What's good, my brother?
Man, what's going on, man? I was having a problem with my internet.
Couldn't get no Wi-Fi, huh?
Yeah. But I'm good. I'm here.
Okay. I don't know, man. I don't know. You think we could do it next week, or you You want to do it now?
We could whatever makes sense for you.
But I appreciate you popping out.
We could do it next week.
Yeah, I say let's just do it next week, man. We'll be more fresh. And me and this brother been drinking, and usually we time up the drinking towards the end of the show. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
And it'll be a lot better presentation if we just do it next week, fam.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I appreciate you, man. And you mess around and see me and Tasia Thursday, bro. Y'all doing it Thursday, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. My man. All right.
Love, honor, respect.
Yeah,
right,
love,
y'all.
honor, respect, brother.
For sure.
All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, we do it next week because otherwise it'll be midnight your time by the time.
Super pivot. So
yeah, that's all right. We got this show and then we do it next week. All right, but I'm glad he's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was saying, bro, that the Uber driver, man, it knocked dude cold out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, and that dude was an illegal immigrant with a driver's license, and then Uber hired him. And they're telling us they're doing background checks on people, but you ain't got no background check on somebody. Right.
No, you're not CIA. You know what I mean? You have no control over checking. We don't know who these people are. We don't even know if that's their name. We don't even know if that's their name.
We don't.
Nothing.
And not to mention
giving them credentials in this country. It's ridiculous, bro.
Yeah. And they're picking up people's daughters, bro. You know what I mean? And they just got to this country and we don't know who they are. And then they're taking business away from your regular American everyday drivers. They're taking business away.
They're just giving business away, these sanctuary areas.
You said it a while ago and I was pussying out. You know, you gotta storm the capitals to these lawmakers, bro. And I understand what was going on. And you know what I mean? You do, bro. They sitting up on high, fucking us.
Period. Not caring anything about our needs once, any of that. And just kowtowing to lobbyists.
And they don't even pretend to like us.
Well, the Democrats do. When it's time to vote.
Yeah, when it's election time. Yeah.
The Republicans, they find us repugnant. So
well, when I say us, I don't even mean just your copper color. I'm talking about the people, period.
Well, right. The people, period. They fuck with lobbyists, not the people.
He posted a video of the accident with a statement criticizing the state of California for granting Singh a commercial driver's license.
Singh. I mean, he came over here with a name like Smith. You know what I mean? It's like you going over to Russia and telling them your name is Smith. You know what I'm saying? So
Vladimir.
The California governor's press office quickly responded that Singh entered the U.S. during President Trump's first term and before Gavin Newsom took office. But the Department of Homeland Security is pushing back, saying in a statement to Fox News, 3 innocent people were killed in Florida because Gavin Newsom's California DMV issued an illegal alien a commercial driver's license. This state of governance is asinine.
You think that's asinine? Giving illegals, but they got to get back and forth to work.
They don't need a CDL. They don't need the ability to drive for.
They don't even need a damn driver's license. They can get on the goddamn
identification. Goddamn it! They need to figure out some way to identify them without giving them fucking driver's license.
You can give them a state ID, correct, and they can ride public transportation. That's what they could do
instead of buying them vehicles and
correct.
Putting them up in hotels and putting them up in apartments.
And then they don't respect nothing. That's why they don't wait in lines. That's why you be in a left turn lane and they just come, don't they? Pull right up, cut the signal on and cut you off. And, you know, it's probably not as bad in Chicago as what we're experiencing here.
It's not for me. But actually, it might be because everybody be tripping on how I just watch craziness go on in front of me. I don't blow my horn. I just make sure I stay clear of it, type of thing. And I guess I just let a lot of stuff go because I see a lot of crazy madness, and I just be like, "Oh wow, you pulled that, huh?"
Yeah, some of it you do, but at some point, somebody's got to correct it. And if the cops aren't doing it, the people got to stop. I hear you. Yeah, I hear you. Nobody's trying to get shot up or nothing, but they don't blow their horns out here. I'll be blowing my horn now, bro. You know what I mean? Like that is not acceptable what you're doing.
Yeah, you got to. I don't see a problem with using your horn. I don't, as long as I'm clear of it, I don't, whatever. But if it's like, what are you doing? You
guys aren't getting it like we're getting it here. I've been meaning to just start making videos and posting.
Yeah, we're not. I'm not. Well, I won't say we're not. I'm not.
That's we got people here from all over the world, bro, driving like whatever country they come from, and they could care less about our laws here in California. They could care less.
That son of a bitch tried to fucking U-turn with a fucking semi on the expressway.
Correct.
Singh is currently being held in San Joaquin County, California. He's expected to be extradited to the state of Florida sometime later this week. And Florida officials say
they let him go after the accident.
Yes, ain't that some craziness?
They wouldn't have let Pookie or Ray Ray go.
No.
That he will have to serve any time for a vehicular homicide conviction in that state before he is deported from the country. Aisha?
Okay, Jonathan Seri live for us. Jonathan, thank you.
Certainly.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno.
What was your question you asked?
Does he understand the language?
Oh, so it turned out when they had him at the scene, they asked him 5 road signs, and he only got one of them right.
California should not have provided this person.
And he did not understand any English, and they tested him on the road signs, and he only got one right. And this guy has a CDL. How the F did he get a CDL if he doesn't know the road signs? So
national,
he probably didn't even know that no U-turn sign. He probably thought it meant U-turn permitted. I don't know. So, but here's something you didn't notice.
3 counts of vehicular.
You tell me if this is your reaction. He kind of looks like you because you kind of look like one of them engines. But you tell me if this is your reaction.
Stemming from that fatal
crash
on Florida's Turnpike. It happened on Tuesday. Florida authorities say the 28-year-old trucker was making an illegal U-turn, crossing the median, using an area that was designated for official use only.
He never showed any remorse. There's longer videos.
Yeah, I know. And then it was they showed him further on. He was standing on the street, on the highway.
Yeah.
And still no remorse.
Wasn't bent over crying, nothing.
Nothing.
Now, if you go to India and pull that, those people from India would have been beating you down in the street.
I would think so.
All right. Yeah. That being said, how can undocumented immigrants legally obtain a CDL in certain states? Do you know?
I don't. It's asinine. I mean, somebody's paying somebody, and it's usually not those immigrants. It's somebody getting it for them.
Correct. In California, but see, here's the thing. These laws get through, but what I'm saying, there's no way he passed a driver's test to get a CDL if he doesn't know the signs. So people are paying people under the table, but this is not possible if this law doesn't exist. So in California, Assembly Bill 60, it was enacted in 2013. It allows undocumented residents to apply for driver's licenses, including commercial licenses, without proof of legal presence, enabling them to operate heavy trucks intrastate while lacking federal work authorization. That is bizarre. So now Florida is saying, and other states are saying, so they're warning people coming from these states, your license is no good here. whether it's a driver's license or CDL, they're warning people that your license is no good here. What do you think about that?
Perfect. That's what I think about that. That's how it should be. Because I mean, if you can't, if your state has a history of allowing this, then we're not going to agree to it. You know,
right? Well, they're saying my license is good if I'm driving in Florida.
Yeah.
They're saying if you're an undocumented alien, your driving privileges are no good in Florida.
That's perfect. That's what they should. That's what everybody should do.
I was floored when the homeboy told me, when I moved here, that yeah, they got licenses, they could drive. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
And our insurance rates are high, the highest in America. Not even close.
Yeah.
You wonder why. And don't get me started on the Asians.
Agreed.
Yes, agreed. And don't get me started on the Asians driving. Don't get me started, because then they'll cancel us from YouTube.
So
you know what I mean? Don't get me started. I'm not going to get started. So his name is Harjinder Singh. How does the case of Harjinder Singh illustrate the legal risk for undocumented truckers?
The risk for the public?
Yeah.
It shows that they need some reforms, and they need to recall all these motherfuckers to make sure that they can know the laws of the land, at least. Know the signs, know the fucking laws of the land. I mean, if they're going to be able to drive, they shouldn't be able to get driver's license. They should only be able to get, they shouldn't even be able to get ID. This shit is,
You got to give them ID, no? So you can, I hear you,
still don't know who they are. I mean,
that is misleading.
This is false ID. And it's
the ID should have a mark on it that tells you undocumented. Right?
Yes.
That is a damn good point, because they get the ID, then they got credit, and then all kind of other stuff.
Yeah. It legitimizes their illegitimacy.
It sure does. I agree with you. Wow. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Because you don't know. Nobody knows.
We don't know who they are for real. I mean, you're giving people ID. It's fake ID. You know, but you can't get ID with the same stuff that they get ID with.
No, without no proof of birth certificate.
Anything. Without proof of anything. How you give ID that? We people that lived here all our lives can't go in there and get ID updated or whatever without the qualifications and all the specifications and type of ID that they need and want for you to be able to prove who you are.
I agree. I'm not going to push back at all on that. What criticisms have state officials and federal authorities levied against licensing undocumented drivers? Now, they're just talking about drivers like you, not just CDLs.
They've been lobbied into making it happen. They don't push back. I guess it might be a few, but few and far between.
Yeah, that dude you just saw, David Kerner, speaking on behalf of Florida, he condemned the crash as shocking and criminal, while DHS officials blamed California's AB 60 policy, which we just spoke on, for placing an undocumented driver behind the wheel of a semi, arguing that somebody needs to really look into how he got a CDL and he can't read the signs, bro. There's a higher standard. What are we going to get? Can we give them pilot licenses? You know they're making them cops in Cali. You know they are making undocumented. I cannot make this up. There are undocumented members of law enforcement in California. Tell me how that makes sense.
Yeah, they need to go and let California secede from the union.
I got an undocumented person pulling me over. They don't know the Constitution.
And Texas, if they want to. Shit, fuck them.
Wow.
This is ridiculous, y'all. It might be here. Oh my God, I gotta look into it now.
Yeah, you gotta look into it. But that blew my mind, bro.
California doing it, means it could be coming down the line.
Yeah, California's a testing grounds.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a video. We probably won't play all of this.
2 crashes involving semi-trucks on freeways with cars, and in both instances, the vehicles are making lane changes. What can we...
No, that first was on the car's fault. The car doesn't want to go around, misses exit, and is trying to cut in front of the truck.
Yeah, that's definitely not the trucker's fault.
Guarantee the person in that car is an illegal immigrant.
2 crashes involving semi-trucks on freeways with cars, and in both instances, the vehicles are making lane changes. What can we learn from these crashes, and what strategies can we put in place that will...
How do you cut off a truck? Do you not see that damn truck?
You are an idiot. I mean, you don't value your life. You think that, I can make it.
Yeah, he's gonna stop. He's gonna see me, and I'm gonna gangster in front of him, and he's gonna slam on his brake.
Can't stop 80,000 pounds like that.
Stop. Yep. And you're in a van, not a sports car, where you can get in front of him. And
couldn't zip anywhere. It hit you in the middle. That means you never got in front of the motherfucker. What was you thinking?
I didn't even see a signal.
Prevent these crashes in future. In the first situation, the minivan passes the semi-truck. They are within close proximity of an off-ramp, and it is assumed that the driver of the minivan is going for the off-ramp when they're making the lane change. However, on closer examination of the crash, you can see that the truck driver honks as soon as the minivan starts to move to the right. In an attempt to try and avoid the crash with the minivan, the truck driver too moves to the right but does not slow down. The truck driver honks. In response to the honk, the minivan driver does not abort the lane change as...
This is how they be driving in Cali, bro. I promise you, bro. It goes on all day. Regular cars, truck, pickups. This is what they do, bro. This is what they don't give a fuck.
I'm more offended by the
analysis.
Yes. I'm more offended by that. I mean, saying that the van passed
and the truck doesn't slow down.
Right.
He has the same mentality when he's driving.
Yeah, he can't. He probably slammed on the brakes, but it wasn't going nowhere. It's 80,000 pounds.
Yeah. And they don't understand right of way. Yes, a reasonable person has to do whatever possible to avoid an accident. To your point, he can't stop.
No.
But to be driving and assuming that somebody's got to stop because you want to cut across 3 lanes and get off the freeway, it's bad business. You know,
you go to the next exit and turn around and come back.
That's all.
I mean,
that's all.
I mean, you don't have to risk your life. You don't have to risk the trucker's life. You don't have to risk anybody's life. That's all you got to do is go to the next exit. You fucked up. You made a mistake. It's okay.
And it happens. All right, it happens.
It's okay.
Drivers would. So what could the driver do to prevent this crash in the future? First and foremost, there are convex mirrors on the fenders, which are called bus mirrors, and these allow the truck driver to see all the way down the side of the truck. An attentive driver would have seen the minivan passing. As well, there are continuity lines on...
Yeah, he's blaming the trucker. This is
asinine.
On the right, indicating an off-ramp and the deceleration.
But what he's talking about is that higher standard that you expect from guys. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not agreeing with him, but he's talking about that higher standard you would expect as opposed to somebody busting a U-turn on the middle of the freeway.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't busting a U-turn on a...
No.
That was somebody getting in front of him, like barely getting in front of him and trying to... You hit him in the middle, then you was not past him. It's no way.
I'm in agreement.
Right.
Indicating that there is an intersection on the freeway. On-ramps and off-ramps are intersections of the freeway. Most of the time, these are signposted by overpasses. You can see the continuity lines, which are lines that are half as long and twice as wide off-ramp. The car, however, As I say, defensively speaking, when you're in an emergency situation, if you have time to honk, you have time to do something else that is going to be a better response to what is going on. And in this situation, had the driver got on the brakes, had the driver got out of the cruise control and slowed down, he or she may have avoided the crash, because you can see that the front of the truck.
How does he know the guy didn't hit the brakes? Maybe they have data?
No, this is an ignoramus.
And I promise you, I'm not that person, but it wears on you, man. It wears on you, bro. You like, the only way these people are going to learn is if I just run this bitch over. I mean, I can only imagine what they're going through.
Approximately 2/3 down the van before.
He's even trying to get off out of the way, off the motherfucker.
Yeah, but they're saying if the trucker should slam on his brakes, and that's what I'm saying.
He had to have.
Well,
the way he's leaning to the right, he's not on the road anymore. He's off the road.
For the two vehicles,
you see that he wasn't getting off. He had to slam on the brakes.
So,
bro.
This person in this
pay
van
attention to what's going on, watching
other
other traffic that's passing, and take note of where you are on the freeway.
Fuck
if you
around
are
and
within
find
close
out.
proximity.
Because the person in the van could have slowed down and let the truck pass and then got over.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you, Self, there was no one behind the fucking truck.
No one.
There wasn't a long line of traffic. You know what I mean? I guarantee you, bro.
Traffic that's passing, and take note of where you are on the freeway. If you are within close proximity, there's a possibility
because
that
people
the vehicle
cut me off like this all the time, and there'll be no one behind me.
Yeah, it's unlikely that was doing, because which is usually what happens. Because the driver of the minivan didn't react to the truck driver honking the horn, there is a possibility that there was a medical emergency.
Well, maybe the trucker had a medical emergency.
Driver had a heart attack or fainted or some other condition that may have caused them to drift into the other lane and
but
not
this is
abort
training for
when the
truckers.
truck driver sounded the warning. But the truck driver should have been attentive to where he was on the interstate, where he or she was on the interstate. And
so if the truck driver slams on his brakes and then gets rear-ended, the minivan drives off, which we've seen, right?
Yeah.
Goes about his business, and then there's a collision. And the truck driver's
should have been braking and getting out of the throttle, and they may have avoided the crash. So be attentive of where you are on the interstate, on ramps and off ramps. In the second crash, the truck driver makes a lane change across into the other lane of traffic and strikes the car that's the other lane of traffic and strikes the car into the other lane of traffic.
What the fuck is he watching, man?
What is he watching? Why would this car cut in between two trucks like this? This is privilege. This is just what I've been talking about, Self. This got to be in California.
I cannot believe this guy on the mic is saying this
and
asinine.
Strikes
he's trolling
the car that's trying to pass on the right side of the semi truck. So for
If he's
cars,
trolling, then I'll
once
accept
you
it,
see
but
that
he's
big
not.
truck, for
He's
cars,
I see that. There's no way that
See that
car
big-
should have thought that was a thing.
moving into your lane, get on the brakes and get in behind the big truck. As well, you can see that the three trucks are close together. There's a cluster, and you want to stay out of those clusters to keep yourself safe. As a truck driver, a defensive posturing when making lane changes is signal on, minimum 3 flashes on the signal, move to the side of the lane to which you're going to change lanes, not out of your lane, but right to the edge of the lane, pause, check again. And again, this truck has bus mirrors on it, so you can see all the way down the side of the truck. An attentive
driver. This guy, the guy in
the car there
is a fucking moron.
Complete.
He would have been able to see the truck signal and the truck merging over. He should have been able to see that. He thought he could beat it, and he's not athletic at all.
In that other lane and prevented the collision with the car
Wow.
and the rollover because the semi truck ends up on its
Is that a Tesla?
Side on the freeway. So defensive lane changing.
This guy, but he's got to do that. You know what I mean? So if it's probably some sort of trucker training where they want to make you a little bitch out there on the road, you know what I mean?
Was this on the news though?
No, it's
awesome
truck
training.
crash analysis and unsafe lane change. It's a training video for truckers. You know what I mean?
Now that makes
it's showing them how to
it's not making sense, but that makes more sense than anything I heard him say, because
it reminds me of when I was learning how to drive at DDE. You know, it's all about being extra defensive.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, just avoid the accident at all costs. What concerns have trucking industry watchdogs raised about non-citizen drivers?
They don't understand the culture. They don't understand the rules of the road if they don't understand the language. And there's a lot of them that come here and still spout their country and asking why they left their country. If they're
They
so
sure
proud.
do.
So proud.
They sure do. They don't understand the rhythm of how we drive here. Like somebody told the Asians that it's okay, instead of just changing lanes behind me, that somebody told them that what you do here in America is drive up and right up in front of the car to my right, and then slam your signal on and cut over. Someone told them that that's how you do it. I think in their mind, that's the safest way to change lanes, because then you know where your blind spot is. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to that car's there and let me just go behind it. Somebody's told the Asians that. And I'm sure that's how they do it in China. You know what I mean? I've been telling everybody stuff. I want to take a vacation to China and I'm just going to drive around and, you know what I mean? And just be a jackass on the road.
Don't do that out there.
You end up in Chinese prison?
It very could well be. Could very well be. You know, cause some accident or something out there, and it's not the same form of government out there.
Their government hasn't been paid off maybe they have, to look the other way when Americans do dumb shit.
Well, no, not when Americans do dumb.
Yeah,
they not.
Yeah,
made an example.
All right, so you're right. Minimum English proficiency and training to secure CDLs. The American Truckers United argues this shift has contributed to an uptick in deadly crashes and threatens long-established safety benchmarks, having people on the road who don't understand their English. And they undocumented migrants pursue careers as big rig drivers with state licensing pathways. Undocumented workers can access stable, relatively high-paying jobs without advanced credentials. Many weigh the risk of deportation against the opportunity to earn consistent wages, support families, and fill critical workforce shortages in freight. I mean, you got to be ballsy to be illegal in a country and drive interstate to interstate in a truck, and you don't speak no English. You got to be ballsy as hell, Self.
Well, I mean, they're here. They don't speak any English, period.
Yeah, but you're in a haven when you're in California where you got your license.
They don't know that out there. They just know they're not getting harassed out there. If they don't know English, then they don't know.
So they think it's sweet all over, huh?
Yeah.
They don't know if you go down there in Alabama. Boy, what you doing driving that big rig? I don't speak that mamby-jamby, boy. You speak some English. We speak English down here, boy. They don't know about that?
They don't know nothing about that.
Okay. All right. They don't get those movies in their countries. They get all the other movies.
Yeah, no.
Happy liberal.
Remember, those movies are in translated into Spanish. So I mean, if they don't know the English, we don't know what the hell this movie is to them.
Yeah.
Don't have any idea about the dialogue. It might not even be the same movie.
It might not even be the same damn movie, especially with all the digitizing. All right, let's get into solutions. We're a solutions-based pod. And that's what we talk about. Which companies have launched fully driverless Class 8 trucks on U.S. highways? Do you know? We got some companies with AI trucks.
No, I don't know.
So Aurora Innovation began operating fully autonomous big rigs without any human in the cab on Interstate 45 between Dallas and Houston in April 2025, hauling freight under its Aurora driver system with LiDAR, radar, and cameras guiding every mile. Bot Auto, in partnership with Steves and Sons and JB Hunt, kicked off a level 4 pilot in August 2025, running disengagement, free deliveries of real millwork between manufacturing plants and customers on routes connecting San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston. Meanwhile, startup Bot Auto also maintains a scrappy fleet of 4 trucks based out of Houston and conducted hub-to-hub trials to Laredo, Dallas, San Antonio, emphasizing a break-even per mile constraint before scaling up. Most driverless trucks fuse data from progressive camera arrays, radar modules, and multi-beam LiDAR units. Aurora's first light LiDAR emits a continuous wave that's interfered with upon return, extending detection range up to twice that of conventional pulse systems, even in harsh lighting or low visibility conditions. Plus's SuperDrive software integrates fully redundant sensor suites and high performance compute layered with end-to-end AI models for object detection, trajectory prediction, and dynamic decision making. Its autonomous fallback system, AFS, continuously monitors sensors and software health, initiating safe, minimal risk maneuvers such as slowing to a controlled stop in lane or pulling over if any component degrades or an unexpected obstacle appear. All right. That being said, we got one more video for y'all.
New at 5, driverless semis rolling down I-45. Tech firm Aurora just launched regular deliveries between Dallas and Houston.
But what about safety on the roads? Victor Jacobo asked.
They don't care about your safety.
The company's president.
Why is it made just like a regular truck?
With the steering wheel and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do the same thing with the driverless taxis here. I think because if it goes offline, somebody's got to be able to drive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Last week on the I-45 Houston-Dallas corridor,
we did something no one in the world has ever done before.
Aurora Innovation had a semi-truck without a human driver haul frozen pastries on its own, the first time a company has operated a commercial self-driving service with heavy-duty trucks on public roads.
How did it feel once you were able to accomplish that?
Yeah, it was an awesome moment.
I spoke with Aurora president Osa Fisher, who told me the company has rigorously tested the safety of its drivers.
She sounds like a Russian plant tether pretending to be, last name Fisher, though, could very well be one of those dual citizens. You know, never mind.
They definitely put her in charge for a reason. And
yeah.
Technology.
We have tested this thing, as I mentioned, for years and millions.
Tested this thing. Do you understand, Self? I don't think a CEO of a company like this would refer to that product as a thing. Am I right?
I would think not, but there are some very dumb people that are put in
high places.
And nepotism has a lot to do with it in a whole lot of cases.
Inbreeding. She doesn't even look human if you look at the eye structure.
Millions of miles. We have had some of the best truck drivers in the world come and sit in the cab and actually observe.
The company's flagship product is the Aurora Driver, a truck with advantages over human drivers.
We have almost a 360-degree view around the entire vehicle. We can see 4 football fields in advance.
Fisher says the company's mission is to make roads safer, with their trucks not needing drivers who can be fatigued or need to make frequent stops. The company says it has...
it's not about safer. It's about cutting down that bottom line. Again, they could care less about our lives.
Period.
They never cared before.
Period. That's why I have 2 sets of books and all kinds of stuff.
Right. They've been overworking these drivers and making them have accidents and making them retire and making them, you know what I mean, sick and everything.
Sites set on expanding driverless service to El Paso and Phoenix, Arizona by the end of the year, with safety its top priority.
We certainly
Safety is the top priority. What corporation really believes this shit?
None. That's why I like the speed cameras and the red light cameras is for safety. Bullshit. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, they lead
Bullshit.
to a lot of, you know. Oh, and I've been noticing a lot of people on the road who don't realize they can make a right turn on red. Never mind. That's just shit I'm experiencing.
hope that as we operate
Just sitting there like a lummox. They're too afraid to make the turn, so they'll sit there and wait till the light change. Many of them are Asian. Yeah, I see.
on public roads alongside of people, that we're not that noticeable, that we behave just like
Because they can't read the signs. They don't know the difference of no turn on red. So they've decided, okay, I just won't turn on any red till somebody blows a horn behind me.
the safest driver you might encounter on the road. That's our goal.
And if you see one next to you, Fisher says to document the moment safely.
If you're tempted while driving to snap photos, please don't do so while driving. That said, we've definitely had passengers with their iPhones out.
In Houston, Victor Jacobo, KHOU.
Yeah, her leadership, I'm questioning her leadership ability.
Yeah, she seems a product of nepotism.
100%. 100%. Now, as far as licensing, the FMCSA federal level issued a supplemental notice in early 2023 to its 2019 advance notice of proposed rulemaking on a safe integration, talking about the AI, soliciting public input on inspections, roadside protocols, and operational safety for higher level autonomous systems. 2025, Representative Vince Fong introduced the America Drivers Act, which would preempt conflicting state laws, require Department of Transportation to update ADS regulations by 2027, and exempt level 4 and 5 trucks from human occupant mandates, as well as hours of service. Oh, Fong's been paid off. States remain in patchwork. Texas and Arizona actively host driverless trials. Mississippi and Pennsylvania allow fully autonomous operation with minimal restriction, where California and others are still finalizing guidelines or demanding a human supervisor. McKinsey projects that autonomous trucking could cut operating costs per mile by as much as 42% and unlock a roughly $600 billion market by 2035, driven largely by 24/7 operation and reduced labor expenses. Yet industry insiders like Aurora CEO Chris Urmson acknowledge legitimate concerns over job displacement. Hundreds of thousands of driving roles could be affected as freight firms eye labor savings. Safety advocates point to mixed performance in edge cases. Motorcycle detection failures on the highways and urban intersections have led to calls for stricter regulation, with groups like the AMA urging mandatory safeguards for vulnerable road users before full-scale deployments. All right, that's your AI. So we laid out the AI, we laid out your teen drivers. You know, allegedly there's a shortage. You got your immigrants, your illegal migrants, they need work. What's your solution? There's a problem. What's the solution?
Well, I mean, if the driverless is safe, then it could be a solution. But I think it needs much more improvement before it can be installed. There have been some instances of it crashing and harming people, but you can't really find that on the internet. It's very interesting that they get scrubbed right away.
Oh, they scrub all of it. Even with the Waymo cars. Yeah, they scrub it and they probably give you a quick settlement and tell you don't talk about it ever.
You can't talk about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it needs more improvement. The teens, I don't think that's the answer, but I think it's a better answer than the non-documented.
I am I going to agree with that? Yes. Yes. The non-documented, don't speak English, can't read the road signs. How is DMV giving these people CDLs, bro? Please tell me how a person who can't identify, they tested him out there in Florida on 5 basic roads, right on the side of the road, and he could only identify what one of those signs meant, which means the no U-turn symbol that he saw on the freeway, he probably thought that meant U-turns permitted. You know how it says emergency use? You got that on I-80. You got that all in Illinois, and everybody knows you don't pull that. Right. Right.
You gotta be an idiot, especially with a semi.
Coming from the other lane.
Like, that. Well, I mean, I know there are some people that can remember the shit enough for a day or two to pass a thing. But I think he didn't know nothing, and he got his fake. He got a fake CDL.
Are you telling me that people remember these signs enough just to take the test and have no idea later? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. There's some people like that.
That's awful. That makes sense, which means if you understood English, you wouldn't just need the symbol. You can you can read what it says. I never looked at it that way.
And they got to be giving them the test in their own language. It can't be in English. They do
give it to them in their own language.
Yeah.
But these signs in Cali, they usually are just symbols, right? You know what I mean? And
I mean in Illinois too. So I mean, you can, once you know what they are, you can tell it's a category by the shape of it.
Correct.
You'll know what it means.
Yes,
what's
it's
going
common
on.
damn sense.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But that you might not know that if you're not culturally raised in America. We all use the term U-turn. They don't use that term in London. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So your solution, mentors, you're going to lean towards I'm going to go with pay adults a fair wage and stop acting like you care about pricing back to your end user, because you don't. Let the market balance itself. Because they always say, well, that's going to make the prices of everything go up. Well, my whole life, the prices of everything has been going up all the time anyway.
Yeah.
They've never gone down.
Well, they have to, you have to expand the amount of drivers. If you pay a fair wage,
yeah,
and you stop people from operating with 2 books,
yeah,
then you're gonna need more people.
And if you pay a better wage, give them the benefits. Is there a truckers union? I think there's a truckers union, because they've been on strike before. But then that's why they want these undocumenteds too, because they can circumvent the
union. Yeah.
Be scabs out there.
And circumvent the union, period.
So yeah, I'd agree. I'd say my first solution would be just pay a fair wage, train experienced drivers. You got to do something at the DMV level, oversight, testing it to make sure, I can't come there and pay somebody under the table and not know shit. And then, I guess I'm warming up to the whole teen thing, but that insurance should be sky high for that teen trucker.
It should just be local until they get, if they start at 19, 20 and get a couple years under their belt before they can really start really doing it, then I think it
should be all right.
It could be some development.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you don't drive them crazy and you start off with a mentor for a little while, you know what I mean?
And all teens ain't retarded.
No.
You know what I mean? All teens ain't retarded.
Facts.
All right, so we ran a poll last week about this. What's your biggest concern with the big rig trucking industry? And the first option is teen drivers 18 and under. You know, 0% have as big a concern as I do with letting little Pookie and Ray Ray and Juan like to do donuts in the street racing, pulling off fast from the light, cutting everybody off, driving while texting. 0% said that's their biggest concern. All right. 17% said other, and list comments below, but they didn't list any comment to tell me what the other, what it would be. All right. 33% said their biggest concern is the AI driverless trucks. 33%. And over half of the respondents said their biggest concern with big trucking industry is Al Qaeda being behind the wheel of these trucks, undocumented, non-English speaking, and reading drivers who don't understand the signage, run around, you know, stinking it up, you know, because in their country they don't wear deodorant. I mean, they don't. I mean, you guys, they don't. Some countries don't wear deodorant. It's against their, you know, a lot of those African nations, a lot of those engines. So 50% said undocumented, non-English speaking reading drivers is their biggest concern. Where did you fall in line on that poll there, Brother Wordsmith?
As I remember, I think I stated driverless.
You went with driverless, huh?
I believe so.
You know, Brother Tench has got he's got something huge in his craw about the driverless trucks. He don't like it.
He's an engineer, so.
Yeah, he saw a video. He saw some video. He didn't post it. He saw a video, and he's been, you know how he starts repeating it over and over? Yeah, he's been ramming. I went with undocumented, non-English speaking reading drivers is my biggest concern. That's what I remember.
After this show, I think that's probably my biggest concern. As I said, one of the solutions would be driverless. So
yeah, because you saw the dude, and he had somebody else in his truck, a passenger, when they were busting that U-turn, and neither one of them
cared whatsoever. It looked like a meat robot somewhat. He seems soulless.
Yeah, can we say retarded? Because you don't know who these people are, so they could have. What I'm saying, so what if we sent all our short busters to other countries and said they're seeking asylum, and you're giving them driver's licenses, you're giving them, you know what I mean? Like, go be your best you.
He seems soulless. I don't know about
short bus.
Yeah, short bus. He just seems soulless. He doesn't.
Well, I said short bus because he's got a Gucci shirt he's been wearing in almost every. You know, he had a Gucci shirt in one of the videos, and then they took him to Cali, and then when they went and got him back and brought him back, he was wearing the same Gucci shirt. And I'm like, this guy's got one shirt. And that's short bus. You want to add a name brand all over your shirt, Gucci G's all over the place, and you wear it every day, stinking. All right, big ups to him, and condolences to the families. All right, bro, anything else you want to add? Why'd you never become a trucker?
Yeah, just wasn't in me to drive like that. Them big rigs, I don't want to drive that. Just never interested me.
Yeah, I hear you. It seems like a big fat headache, don't it, bro?
Yeah, I mean, they all, not all of them, but they manual, so a whole bunch of gears and all of that. That just never interested me to be doing that all day.
Yeah,
I mean, when you're on the highway, you cool, you know what I mean? But
yeah.
Man.
And they got to be able to keep they cool with idiot drivers like we've shown. That's the part. You're on the road all day. So you're changing all them gears. So if you get it up and this jackass wants you to take it out of the cruise control. Yeah.
Like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Now I got to go all the way back down to
For every
back up.
jackass. Yes. He should have been on that horn. One thing I'll say, he should have been on that horn earlier.
Yeah, he did.
They didn't signal. He didn't know.
I felt like, right. Are they going to pull us?
Yeah.
Don't pull it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, some in their countries, pulling up right here is a signal to you that they're about to pull it. So they won't look at you. They won't ask if they can get over. They won't hit their signal. They pull up right here, and then that's their signal where you're supposed to slow down, and then they can do dumb shit.
That was way too late because shit, he went off, trying to avoid them some off the damn exit too. That's how far them off. Yeah, well, yeah.
I hate to say it, Ace. I blame the Department of Motor Vehicles. They called one lady was a sham. She exploited the sham. People were paying, and they weren't even charging a lot. So $200-300 to get people their driver's licenses, immigrants, illegal immigrants.
Yeah,
They weren't even charging a lot.
They said you can't say that about the
newscasters. Yeah. But they weren't even charging a lot. And the lady who exposed it, she was one of the temporary workers at DMV working her way up. They fired her. The deep throat.
Of course.
Because it was bigger than her.
They want the whole thing to keep going, bro. They don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
They want to keep it going.
Because they don't care about Americans. You said it. All right. I've got nothing else on this particular topic. So we saw Brother Bill pop out. So we'll have Brother Bill back next week. I'll reach out to him. It's already set up, you guys. You know what I mean? So we'll move forward with the Brother Bill show next week. The views expressed in today's podcast are those of the host and guests and are not necessarily reflective of TATN or any of its affiliates. All right. Undocumented truckers remain the quiet backbone of America's roads, weaving resilience into every mile they cover. Their journeys speak to both the promise of mobility and the perilous gaps in our immigration and labor systems. Recognizing their contributions means confronting the invisible hands that load our shelves and restock our tables. As we look toward tomorrow, the industry's crossroads grow more pronounced. Automated rigs and AI-driven convoys offers tantalizing efficiency, while recruiting younger drivers aims to fill the seats left empty by retirements and shortages. Yet both paths present their own ethical, safety, and economic dilemmas, threatening to displace human workers or expose teens to high-stakes responsibilities and temptations and crimes on our crowded highway system. A truly sustainable future won't sideline peoples or innovation, but will blend them. We need policies that secure fair wages, clear pathways to legal status, and robust training programs alongside responsible deployment of new tech. By centering dignity and safety for all drivers, documented or not, we honor the human. Okay. We honor the human element at the heart of every freight delivery. Join us as we map a course towards a trucking industry that drives progress, safeguards families, and keeps America moving without leaving anyone behind. Keep your eyes open, your mind curious, and your heart ready for the unexpected. Stay curious, stay discerning. Keep your third eye tuned. The Self Love Show is more than a mic and a mood. It's a mirror into your mind. Until next time, trust your instincts. Love your thoughts and never stop decoding the script. Also, love yourself and everyone around you deeply. Remember, ask not what our culture can do for you, but what you can do for the copper-colored bronze culture. Silence is violence, and continue to question everything. The Self Love Show ain't Kansas, Toto. peer down the rabbit hole and do your own research. Use caution and discernment, because sometimes when you stare into the abyss, the abyss stares right back at you. Thanks for tuning in. Peace, self-love, honor, and much respect. All right, Brother Wordsmith, we did have a riddle up there, and you made a couple of token, you said stars and moons. You went out of space with that. Got stuck out there in outer space. So today's dome teaser is, I cast no shadow where you stand, yet guide your steps with unseen hand. Okay. It's something, I'll give you a hint.
Conscious.
It's something that you are. Something you are and I am not. Ace is, I'm not. Corch is, I'm not. Ann is, I'm not. Dude's not. Dimebag Dude's not. But let's see.
Empath, consciousness. I don't know.
Father.
Oh. Which Ant? Ant's a father?
Ain't B.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Ant is, I'm not.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I cast no shadow where you stand, yet guide your steps with unseen hand. And it's tough. It's tough. It's obscure. The AI came up with that.
Mm.
I don't know if it's talking about God or Father, you know? I asked it for a riddle, a difficult riddle regarding fatherhood. I cast no shadow where you stand, yet guide your steps with unseen hand. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of obscure. All right. So next week, we're going to get Brother Bill back in the building. All right. He's got a lot of acting credits, bro.
No
I'm
doubt.
like, man, damn, I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he's got a lot of acting credits, bro. He does a jazz show on Thursdays out here. You know what I mean? Every Thursday. Yeah, he's done a lot, bro. He's done a lot. We had a great conversation, you know, about him and his fatherhood. You know, he was at my wife's birthday party, so he had a lot to say. A lot of good stuff to say about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, he's raising sons. You know what I mean? And it's tough out here. You know what I mean? You're raising somebody with a big fat top. You gotta raise them a certain way. You know, so.
Yep. Makes sense.
Yep. All right. So that'll be next week. I'll reach out to the brother Emmanuel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Get his info. Find out what chapter he's from. Pop him up on the show. Hopefully, God willing. And Yah willing. And then Sunday live, we do Spolly Tricks, y'all. That's sports and politics fused. It's always an open panel, and anyone is welcome to pull up. But if you do pull up,
don't forget your mouthpiece, because you can get left all wet.
Facts. Trolls get hoes. Don't forget to bring your mouthpiece, y'all, if you do pull up. But again, all are welcome. We're doing part 2. We're predicting the Bears' schedule week by week, line item.
Nice.
wins and losses.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we're gonna also talk about the 53-man roster. You know, they trimmed it down quick, boy. They wasn't playing.
Well, they had to do what they had to do. It had to be done by 3 p.m. Chicago time today.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah. Everybody.
Whole league, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get down to 53 men. Did we talk to Trife?
No, I didn't talk to Trife Mac yet. Because we were doing this week. So, you know what I mean? We got to get Trife booked.
Yeah.
I need to reach out to him just on GP.
Yeah.
See how that brother's doing. And that brings me to my personal favorite part of the whole shebang. And that's going to be Wordsmith's final words out there.
Upon my final analysis, I know that I got the gift. Put it together through whatever. Spoke it like a spliff. But we know we had to pivot. Came from a different direction, higher selection. We commit to what we do and who we do it for. The undocumented truckers have been stupid motherfuckers. Shown in a discredited light. They got an impediment in sight because they have no insight. Been given a license to kill, and it's a problem, and it's so ill. It's been changed up and pushed into action because of greed. This nation wants to exceed at the cost of life. They don't care if they make you bleed. The politicians are really puppets. They deal with the lobbyist position. Forget the people, which is us. It's got to be a change in the system, change in the rhythm of how we living, what we accepting as a people, our mental position. Because either they live up to the promise that they give, or do they really need to live? I think we need to go back to the time where the people come for the people in charge. Life is often considered hard, but they say you're a failure if you don't hit the mark. And I say you fail if you quit. Because if you keep going at it, you could never fail. You keep progressing across the land. And if we're going to express and grow, there gotta be conditions put on these people that want to come here and don't want to learn the language, want to do what they want to do and say that it's trash. Promote the land they came from. Why are you here? Go back there. Make it a better place, a better land. But I also understand why the pink people want to let them in. They all labeled as white on the census. They trying to make sure that this is a so-called white land. But it ain't never been. if you understand where you stand. They always been a minority. And it was their time. They tricked us to become the authority. But that time is done. And they trying to do their best to keep from getting on the run. But unfortunately, that has begun. Your time is up. Collect your things and get out. Words.
Words. Yeah, it was dope, bro.
Appreciation.
Y'all know how we do. Thanks for popping out. And thanks for your support. We'll get that brother in next week. Free the guys.
All of them.
Do you think you are the one? Honestly, I don't know. You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself.
Time is now, my people. We must
Man, know thyself. I will eat the right foods that I
grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole my health. I'm glad to be me now and nobody else.
Man, know thyself.
I will eat the right foods that I
grow myself.
Cause the wrong way stole
my health.
I'm glad to be me now and nobody else. Yo,
Bullets.
in the code, all the scriptures, potions and elixirs.
Come on, Karen. Bullets, a boomerang.
Stand your ground.
Murder is suicide.
Yeah, well, an eye for an eye.
Silence is violence.
See something, say something.
You want to be a slave? Vibrate greed. Ego. Fear. That's how they make you a slave. You end up in prison.
Okay. I know for sure, charity plus humility times love is freedom.
That's how you get out. Do not answer questions.
Question everything.
We've got two who can see.
Fear is cap. It's an illusion.
Yeah. Vibrate love.
See if you can hear it. You never die when you breathe in the Holy Spirit. Swine ain't divine, the people they won't go near it. Salad bar, spit it, not your avatar here to bring you back to God. Just like Master Far sent you. The end ain't always happy.
And forgiveness is love's supreme vibration.
So, do something charitable for a so-called enemy and end a beef.
Healthy people, heal thy people. That's a commandment.
Yeah, it's hurt people, for sure, gonna try to hurt people.
Free Larry Hoover, man, like Big Meech.
Free Jeff Ford.
Free all the guys, man.
Prison to slavery.
Check that 13th Amendment if you don't believe them. And be Yah. Walk on water.
Man. Move mountains.
Oh, Mountain Dew.
Yes, sir. Week by week, that mountain is getting weak. It's moving. Look at it.
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Still got them, bro.
Got mine.
Same, man.
Stop snitching on y'allself. Take school seriously.
Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.